Sports West. It is a beautiful day for baseball here at the Big A. The Angels and the Toronto Blue Jays getting ready to wrap up this three-game series. Today, the rubber game of the series as the Angels had their home winning streak snapped last night. Hi, everybody, from inside the Big A, we welcome you back to Angels baseball here on Fox Sports West, along with Mark Gubiza. I'm Victor Rojas, and the only way to get over having your home winning streak snapped is to start a new one. C.J. Wilson on the hill for the Angels.
Yeah, Victor, momentum always starts with your starting pitcher. Look to get C.J. back to what he's done earlier part of the season, where he was dominating with his fastball, his slider, his changeup very good. 6-1 at home this season, 19-6 overall in day games since 2011. But he has struggled over his last 8 starts, 2-3 with an ERA at 6.18. The reason why he's been struggling, he falls into predictable patterns. He goes fastball, off speed, fastball, off speed. For me, CJ, with that fastball he has, go after him with the fastball inside, cut the fastball in, and then use your off-speed pitch, because he has that ability because of his fastball with his movement. He can get a lot of ground ball outs and get deep in the game, in which the bullpen would like to see a starter going deep in the game.
Yeah, that's something that hasn't happened for him over the last couple of starts. On Friday against the Astros, lasting just 4 1/3. He'll be opposed by Marcus Stroman, highly touted prospect of the Toronto Blue Jays. We're just about ready for baseball here at the Big A, so sit back and relax. Lineups and first pitch when we return. Solid homestand for the Angels once again, and today trying to pick up the series victory before heading out on the road to take on the Texas Rangers beginning tomorrow night, a 4-game series to wrap up the proverbial first half. This is game number 90 for the Angels, game number 93 for the Toronto Blue Jays. The Angels, with the loss last night, now find themselves 4.5 back in the American League West. Oakland won its 6th consecutive game last night, defeating the San Francisco Giants. So the Angels at 52-37, still sitting in second place in that 4.5 back. Toronto, on the other hand, with the victory, they snapped their 5-game losing streak. They are now 48-44 in second place in the American League East, 2.5 back of the Baltimore Orioles, with Baltimore losing yesterday. Toronto picking up a game in the standings, and it's an interesting American League East, to say the least, with Baltimore leading there. It's probably the weakest this division has been from top to bottom. That's no disrespect to Baltimore, Toronto, that it has been in many, many years. And a lot of it having to do with Boston, now 10.5 back, and look where the Yankees are, as well as Tampa Bay, who's played well over the last several years.
And that's why the conversation with Tampa Bay, they're not necessarily going to trade David Price, because they still feel they're in. They've been playing well, and the way this Eastern Division has played this season, a lot of inconsistencies. They might not make that move after all.
Well, after a little bit of a delay, as usual, during C.J. Wilson starts, guys are ready to go, taking the field. We'll take a look at John Gibbons starting 9 for the Toronto Blue Jays. Out on the road this year with the win last night, and even 500 away from the Rogers Center with a 23-23 record. Jose Reyes will lead things off. He is their shortstop. Steve Tollefson back at third base with a left-hander on the bump. Melky Cabrera in left. Jose Bautista in first. He picked up his first hit of the series last night. Nolan Reimold in right. He had a couple of doubles. Eric Kratz called up before the game. He gets to start behind the plate. Diana Navarro will serve as the DH. Darren Mastriani back in center field. And Munenori Kawasaki, who had a hit and a fantastic defensive play last night out at shallow right. He gets a starting nod once again at second base. Taking on C.J. Wilson, looking to pick up his 9th victory. He's 8-6 on the year with a 4.23 ERA.
And bottom line is, for C.J., he has to get back to commanding the strike zone. 8-6 mark ERA. Don't see that often for Wilson. Over 4, mainly because of those last 8 starts. But the keys for C.J. today: repeat your pitches. Don't fall into certain patterns in which you throw fastball off speed, fastball off speed. Utilize that great fastball that you have and get some quick outs, especially on the ground.
Defensively for the Angels behind C.J. Wilson this afternoon, you have Josh Hamilton in left, Mike Trout back in center, Cole Calhoun in right. The infield consists of David Freese, Eric Ibar, Howard Kendrick, and C.J. Cron from third to first. Hank Conger gets to start behind the plate.
And with C.J. on the mound, you're going to see a lot of action in that third base spot. David Freese has been very good. Fielding percentage at .991. Keeps improving. His hands very quick. Coming in on the baseball much better. His mobility much better this season. Going to be active with C.J. on the mound.
Wilson just completing his warm-up pitches. Mentioned the struggles he has had. The month of June, made 6 starts, went 2-2 with a 5.97 ERA. And then he had that start on Friday, his first in the month of July, in which he lasted 4 1/3 against Houston. Gave up 6 runs, all earned on 7 hits. Had 6 strikeouts, 1 walk, but wasn't fooling many guys, and that's been the issue. As you pointed out, very predictable on the mound.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you throw an off-speed pitch after your fastball, they have those reports, and they're looking for something in that area.
Today's first pitch being delivered by the UPS store. Jose Reyes ready to lead things off. Switch hitting shortstop. Ended up having a big game last night. 4 for 5, 3 singles, and a 2-run home run to left field. That was off Mike Morin. Pardon me, off Tyler Skaggs. Mike Morin then came in after that. It was Reyes' first home run from the right side of the plate this year. His 7th overall. A 4-hit performance, raising his average at 267. Also 3 runs batted in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jim Wolf calling the balls and strikes this afternoon. Brian Gorman at first. Tony Randazzo at second, and David Rackley at third base, the umpiring crew for today. Little number up the first base line, and that will roll foul. CJ will let it roll all the way to the bag.
That's not a bad idea, especially when he saw Reyes stop running down the line. It's a good decision to make. We've seen so many baseballs roll back into fair territory when it goes down either line. Trying to see if it will roll back into play, but it does not do so. Getting a quick out, especially with the way Reyes swung the bat last night.
One-two pitch, line to left. Fastball that was up. Reyes picks up another hit. Now you've got to deal with him at first base.
That's those patterns again. An all-speed pitch followed by a fastball. You want to avoid that if CJ is going to be effective against the Jays, and they've had some success against them. 3-4 with a 3.99 in his career against Toronto for CJ. You go right back with another off-speed pitch.
Throw gets away from Crone. And an error puts Reyes over at second base. So man in scoring position here in the first.
And Reyes is not even off the base at that point, nor was CJ Crone in position to field the throw, and it was a high throw from Wilson.
CJ gets charged with the error, of course. 43rd of the year. Tollefson takes down low, and the throw goes over to short. I don't know what Conger was doing. Ibar wasn't cutting back for a back pick or anything. And fortunately, it rolled right to Ibar.
Second error of the season for Wilson on the mound. Fake bunt. And then looked like Hank wanted to stop his throw. The follow through the ball got out of his hand at that point.
First pitch of Tollefson was called a strike. Hitting .253 this season. Ended up going 2 for 5 last night. Toronto overall had 14 hits against the Angels. Tyler Skaggs, unfortunately for him, set a new career high in hits allowed with 11 in his 6 2/3. Managed just to give up 3 runs. Even though he gave up 11 hits, one of which was the home run. Blue Jays ended up going 2 for 8 last night with men in scoring position. 2 balls, 1 strike. Tollefson with 6 doubles, 2 triples. That one's a called strike, evens up the count.
That's a good spot by CJ.
Reyes leading off the ball game with a base at the left, move to second on the error by Wilson. 2-2, fouled. On the first base line.
Tollefson trying to hit the ball to that side of the infield to advance Reyes.
Toronto comes in batting 6th in the American League, a .257 team batting average. Of course, without Brett Laurie now, Edwin Encarnacion, both guys on the DL. This little ground ball to third. David Freese looked Reyes back, but never held him. Reyes going to try to score. Here comes the throw to the plate, and they got him. Now they're probably going to appeal this. You figure John Gibbons will come out unless he thinks that Conger did get him. But a wild play results in the second out of the inning.
Hustled by Eric Ibar once again. It's a good pitch by Wilson to get it inside on Tollefson to keep him from hitting the ball to the right side of the infield. And the throw over from Freese gets him. And then CJ Crone's throw over, high throw, but well backed up and hustled. And perfect throw, high throw, because you have to throw it high with the runner going down the line. Otherwise, it's going to be a difficult play.
They're going to appeal this. They're going to ask for a review. The question is, did the foot touch before the glove hit that left leg? Brian Gorman, the crew chief, and Jim Wolf coming to the headsets.
Oh, that's going to be close. It almost looked like his foot. If he touched the plate, it's going to be a real tough one. See from this angle.
Tough call. The question that begs to be asked is, why did Jim Wolf wait?
Yeah, to see if he held on to the baseball or not. Now, here's a good angle. See if he touched the plate. Toes on the plate.
Yeah, but on that one there, if you go back just a couple of ticks, it looks like Conger's glove is on the leg just before, right there.
It doesn't seem like there's going to be enough.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
To be able to overturn this call.
Yeah. Call on the field is out.
But we're looking up at the screen here at the stadium too. They were showing a different angle. It's going to be a tough one.
It's got to be conclusive for them to overturn it. But there was a little hesitation there on the part of the Blue Jays. Melky Cabrera stayed in the on-deck circle to give the Blue Jays an opportunity to review it themselves down below.
That's an extremely difficult throw for Eric Ibar. You have to throw the ball high because of the path that Reyes is taken towards the plate. And you have to throw that right on the line. It has to be over his shoulder. Hank's got to catch the ball and apply a tag all in one motion.
A fortuitous bounce back to Eric Ibar. And that's what at least it gave the Angels an opportunity to get Reyes at the plate. Looks like Brian Gorman's about to take off the headsets. And out is the call.
A break. 2 outs on that play. Again, when you look at the play that Eric Ibar made, it was excellent.
Call on the field stands. So more than likely not enough evidence to overturn the call. And now John Gibbons and the Blue Jays are done with their challenges. That goes as a double play, a 5-3-6-2 double play. Melky Cabrera looks at a strike, being told that perhaps John Gibbons was talking about whether or not Hank Conger did not give a pathway to Reyes. There was no violation. That's the word that we're getting back. So the call on the field stands.
Certainly a break for Wilson.
One. Cabrera takes inside, 2 balls, 1 strike. And if you're Reyes, you come home on that play, you're not anticipating. I mean, you're taking off because you think that ball's going to ricochet and go down the line. Otherwise, you're sliding on that play if you think there is going to be a play.
Yeah, I mean, again, the throw itself was outstanding by Ibar, and the hustle on the high throw from C.J. Cron. So many times we said this year, Eric Ibar with his bat has been fantastic, but his defense has been unbelievable.
Helps out too that perhaps Conger a little bit of a deke there, acting as if he's not anticipating a throw, and then all of a sudden getting it last minute. Now Wilson misses outside. It's a full count.
That baseball was well off the plate. CJ thought he hit his spot. Anytime you see him walk around the mound, it means he thinks he's hit his spot, but that was off the plate.
Well, he may have hit his spot, but it wasn't a strike. 3-2. Cabrera shoots one back up off the mound and into center field. Second hit allowed. Man on with 2 outs. Bautista will bat here. Cabrera last night had 1 hit, 2 hits in the opening game of the series. Bautista getting to start at first base for the 3rd time in this series. .293 batting average with 17 home runs and 52 runs batted in. Mentioned that he picked up his first hit of the series last night. It was a single to lead off the 8th inning. Ended up stealing a base and scoring a run as he waves at the off-speed pitch.
Yeah, good changeup. Batista's always looking first pitch fastball, very aggressive. He was certainly swinging at the first pitch fastball last night against Tyler, who threw the ball well.
And when you talk about patterns with CJ, you figure that you would follow up, especially on a swing like that, with another one of those off-speed pitches. And he goes fastball away. 1 ball, 1 strike.
He's facing a guy that's had success against him. Bautista 8 for 18. It's a .444 batting average with a home run and 6 RBI.
Toronto got CJ in that start in May up at the Rogers Center. 5 runs all earned on 6 hits and 6 innings of work. Breaking ball down and in. 2 balls, 1 strike. CJ ended up taking the loss in that one. The only loss for the Angels in that 4-game series. The Halos taking 3 of 4. Four and 2 now against Toronto. This is their last matchup of the year. Cabrera over at first base with 2 outs. 3 balls, 1 strike. 20 pitches thrown by Wilson here in the first. Got a fastball just on the corner there, and a full count. Cabrera's going to be on the move here. A full count of 2 outs. Nolan Reimold on deck. Still the top of the first. A lot of action already in this half inning. This one's off the end of the bat. At the shallow right field. Long run for Calhoun's going to flare in for a single. Cabrera ends up at third base with the overshift on. It was Cole or nobody. So 3 hits allowed in this inning. Not a bad pitch, but like we said, with that overshift, if Cole, who likes to play a little bit deeper, especially in a day game.
And the way the baseball carries, you have a tendency as an outfielder to play a little bit deeper, more so than you would at night here at the Big A. But still, Wilson has an opportunity to get through this inning, even though he's allowed 3 hits and committed an error himself, and still no damage against him.
Nolan Reimold at the plate. Claimed off waivers from the Orioles. Got the start Friday night. Went hitless last night. Picked up a couple of doubles. 2 for 7 in his first 2 games. That one way outside for ball 1. Angels with the loss yesterday. Here at home now 31-15. They fell 1 win shy of tying the franchise record for most consecutive home victories at 12, which was set back in 1967. Good off-speed pitch there, 1-1. And Reimold is one of those guys too that loves the fastball. We saw it last night.
Very aggressive early in counts.
And power to all fields with that fastball. Short lead for Bautista at first. Breaking pitch, line to left. Hamilton broke in, now breaks back, makes the catch. Ball had some carry to it, but it's the 3rd out of the inning. Toronto gets 3 hits and an error and doesn't score. We're scoreless here at the Big A. No score here in the bottom of the first inning. Let's check out Mike Scioscia starting 9 against the Toronto Blue Jays this afternoon as Cole Calhoun will lead things off. He will patrol right field. Mike Trout was a DH last night, back at center today. Albert Pujols at DH this afternoon. Hamilton at left, Ibar at short, Kendrick at second. David Freese had the night off last night, although he pinch hit late. Back at third base. C.J. Cron at first. Hancock gets started behind the plate as they take on the 23-year-old right-hander native of Medford, New York. His name is Marcus Stroman.
Stroman has a very good fastball. He's 92 to 96, sharp slider. He's got a cut fastball, curveball, changeup. But to be successful against him, he's throwing the ball well of late. Be quick on his fastball. He likes to challenge hitters and avoid breaking ball counts. That's his go-to pitch to get a swing and miss.
It's been the second time the Angels have faced Stroman, first time as a starter. He got knocked around by the Angels on May 11th. Gave up 4 runs on 6 hits in an inning and 2/3. Gave up his first major league home run. It was Conger that got him in that game on the 11th of May. Got set down and then called back up, and he's been a starter since. His first big league start on May 31st. 2-2. 2 no decisions his last 2 times out. Calhoun leading things off, takes a strike. Cole last night 0 for 4. Hitting .294, 9 home runs and 22 runs batted in. That's a called strike 3. On 3 pitches, Calhoun goes down looking. 1 down. Check out the Blue Jays defensively. Cabrera, Mastriani, and Reimold in the outfield from left to right. The infield consists of Tolleson, Reyes, Kawasaki, Bautista, and Kratz behind the plate.
And there was a lot of good defensive plays made last night by the Jays, but Kawasaki's play on Mike Trout's pop-up that could have made a big difference was outstanding. 3rd year in the majors after 11 in Japan. Won 2 gold gloves while playing over Japan, showing good range in second base position.
Trout takes a strike.
Well, he is living downstairs on the corners. 94 to 96.
Now they love his arm. They love his stuff. First round pick out of Duke back in 2012. Chopper foul. And it's no balls, 2 strikes. It's certainly a stark contrast compared to the knuckleball that the Angels saw and did not master last night.
And the one thing you always try to concern yourself with is your day after you face a knuckleball pitcher, because your swing seems to change. You're trying to get an elevated knuckleball. Now all of a sudden you have a guy throwing 96 down at the knees. I take in a bat or 2 through the lineup for the Angels to center in on the pitches from Stroman here.
This one's out toward right field. Reimold is there. 2 down.
My Hyundai key to the game, go a little slaughter. We'll fly to the Angels. Anytime you play a day game here at the Big A, the baseball has a chance to go in flying. And look for the Angels, especially Albert Pujols, to drive the ball well to center, to right center, especially with a fastball like Stroman, who's given up 4 home runs in just under 50 innings pitched. Look for the fly ball to get out of here today.
Albert looks at a strike. Serving as a DH today, hitting .267, 19 home runs, 58 runs batted in. Angels last night managed just 5 hits against the Blue Jays. This one's off the end of the bat, fouled off into the seats. And it is 0-2. Ari Dickey allowed 4 of those 5 hits in his 7 innings as he picked up the 7th win of the year. Also had 5 strikeouts. Eric Ibar had a multi-hit game last night. This one's pulled sharply, hit the Reyes though. And the Angels go down in order here in the first. Well, to the second here at the Big A with no score.
And we are tied at 0 here in the top of the second. And the Angels, with a victory today, have an opportunity to win their 9th straight series, which would be a club record. Toronto, the win last night, evens up the series, but very, very consistent. 8 straight series wins at home for the Halos. They've been that good at the Big A for a long, long period of time.
Here in the second inning, Toronto will send up Kratz, Navarro, and Mastriani. 6, 7, and 8. 5 batters came up. 3 got on base with singles. A heck of a play by Eric Ibar, an overthrow by C.J. Cron. They got Jose Reyes at the plate. And then Nolan Rima with a fly ball to left to end the first. This one's backhanded by Ibar. Eric Kratz is the first out of the second inning. You like that on one pitch?
Especially after a long first inning for Wilson.
25 pitches thrown by CJ in that first inning.
And he even made that play even more special for Ibar as Wilson got in his way over to third base on the throw from Cron, because he's going over to cover third base because David Freese has to vacate that position when he's fielding the ball and making a throw to the first. So that's wide open. The base, as a pitcher, you're supposed to be there, but more so as a backup. He's right on the base at the same time as Eric Ibar was.
Down to Navarro at the plate. He's the DH today. He was a DH last night as well. Switch hitter batting from the right side. Looks at a strike. Navarro hit by a pitch. A strikeout, a ground out, and an RBI single. 1 for 3 night last night. Hitting .256 with 5 home runs, 35 runs batted in. Chopper back toward the mound and just goes underneath the glove of Wilson, but Kendrick positioned perfectly. 2 outs. Hey folks, July 18th, the Angels begin a 3-game series against the Mariners at 7:05, and fans in attendance will receive a Mike Trout gnome courtesy of Chevron Extra Mile while supplies last. Purchase tickets today at the Angels Stadium ticket office or by logging on at angels.com. Well, it's got a number 27 on it.
The good game face going on. We talked about that last night.
It's one identifiable attribute.
The All-Star game face working too.
Oh, that's it. Trying to get his roomie.
Yep.
Garrett Richards to the All-Star game as well.
Got to.
Mastriani looks at a strike. By the way, this is the last home game before the All-Star break, but after the All-Star break, you talk about that series against the Mariners. The Angels are home for a little while. Mariners, Baltimore, Tigers. 3-game series against Seattle, 18th through the 20th. Baltimore in for 3. 21st through the 23rd. And then the Tigers, a 4-game series, 24th through the 27th.
That's a tough homestand.
Yep. Ground ball to second base. Very quick and economical 1-2-3 second. We'll head to the bottom of the second inning. Hamilton, Ibar, Kendrick coming up for the Angels scoreless.
Tied here at 0 in the bottom of the second. And coming up late in the game, we'll check out the big news from around the majors on the Cardinals Junior Sports Update. Some neighbors getting together in a big series in the Beltway. Garrett Richards, competition for the All-Star game, pitching tonight.
Can I add one? Can I bring up information if it's not part of your sports update?
Yes, you can.
I can?
Yes.
Hamilton, a swing and a miss, and it's no balls, 2 strikes. Masahiro Tanaka having an MRI. Back to New York.
Wow. That's some good information.
Yeah. Hamilton, a swing and a miss. 4 batters up, 4 batters down for Marcus Stroman. 1 down here the second.
And he's thrown 13 pitches, 12 strikes. Oh, that real good breaking ball starts at the belt and down in 12-6 variety on the break from Stroman.
Eric Ibar shoots one over to short. Reyes has it go through his legs. And Eric's going to keep on going. Melky Cabrera's throw, not in time. How about that? Great hustle by Eric Ibar.
Pressing the issue, knowing the guy's throwing the ball well, being aggressive. Cabrera playing deeper, taking his time coming in. This baseball went right through the legs of Reyes. His 13th error of the season. Good
Mark,
hustle, though.
That's about as routine a play as there can be for a shortstop.
And Ibar's reading that, and seeing that Cabrera's not aggressively coming in on the baseball, took the challenge. If this baseball just stayed down, slowed it down enough on the glove to allow Ibar to take that chance.
So the Angels with a man in scoring position here, and Stroman delivers a strike on Howie. Halos last night only had 2 opportunities with men in scoring position. They were 0 for 2. 3 for 12 during this series against Toronto. Now he shoots one out to right, a base hit. Reimel comes in, fields it cleanly, fires it in, sails the cutoff man Kendrick to second. Now maybe go to third. No, he's going to stay right there. The Angels with a 1-0 lead.
Boy, some solid base running, aggressive base running by the Halos. Create and score a run here against John Gibbons' Toronto Blue Jays. I mean, Reimel has a good throwing arm, but he took a long time to get himself into throwing position. And the high throw over the cutoff man allows Howie Kendrick to get into scoring position himself. And then Kratz throws the ball to second base, nowhere near Reyes.
Fortunately, Mastriani was charging in from center. This is a chopper back up the middle. That's a base hit. Kendrick is going to be waved in, and the Angels have themselves a 2-0 lead. David Freese with his 28th run batted in.
Boy, and Freese continues to swing the bat well, using the whole field, especially up the middle, and another RBI. 28 RBI now in the season for Freese. Finally getting the pitch somewhat up around thigh high and then go back up the middle. And Stroman, who was throwing the ball so well, a mistake made by Reyes has opened up the door for the Halos here.
David Freese now 10 for 20 in the month of July. There's C.J. Crone. Well, the adage has got to be the guy continues to throw strikes. Start hacking him. He's going to throw first pitch fastball in the zone.
Every single pitch has been a first pitch fastball, and it's been down. You can track that well.
18 pitches, 17 for strikes for Stroman. C.J. Crone had the night off last night against a knuckleballer, hitting 280, 9 home runs, 27 runs batted in. Slider missing away. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Angels capitalizing on the error by Jose Reyes, his 13th of the year, and what should have been the second out of the inning.
Changed the whole inning around. All of a sudden you have a man in scoring position because of the hustle of Eric Ibar. And Howie's continued his red-hot homestand himself. And 13 for 23 for Kendrick in this homestand.
That's looped out to shallow left. That's going to get down for a hit. So that is 3 consecutive singles for the Angels. David Freese advances to second.
It's amazing how the game can speed up for a young pitcher, especially after mistakes made in the field. All of a sudden you look up and you've given up 3 consecutive hits. 2 runs scored. Now you're facing the guy that hit a home run against you in Toronto, and Hank Conger.
First start for Hank in the series. Last played on Sunday against Houston. Hitting .235, 3 home runs, 17 runs batted in. And he will look at a strike. A changeup from Stroman. Not a full overshift, but Reyes shading Hank toward the middle. And now even more so to his left. Freese at second, Crone at first. 2-0 Angels here in the second. One ball, one strike. That's on the corner. 1-2. Boy, Hank's got that ability to drive the ball the other way. That's one of those just throw the bat out there. Take the single to left.
Especially as firm as Stroman's thrown at 94. You just make any contact and you're looking away, you're going to be rewarded with at least 1 RBI.
Conger tired of waiting, backs out. One-two pitch. Downstairs. Evens up the count. Stroman started off the game retiring the first 4 batters and doing it rather easily. A couple of strikeouts. Should have been 5 in a row, but that ground ball right through the wickets of Jose Reyes. Kendrick with an RBI single. Freese with an RBI single. Crone with a base at the left. Outside, full count. Trying to stay away on Conger. Top of the order, Cole Calhoun on deck.
Often you'll see Mike Scioscia send the runners on a 3-2 count with 1 out, but here with a left-handed batter up, no chance you're doing that, especially with Calhoun on deck.
The payoff. This is fouled back to the left. Swing and a miss. Down goes Conger. 2 outs. Third strikeout for Stroman.
From a cut fastball, they get a swing and miss. If they're a number of pitches away, cut fastball in the inner half. Rotation of a cut fastball coming in on Conger and got underneath his hands.
The splits for or against Stroman pretty much down the middle. 243. That's what lefties are hitting. Righties hitting 240 against him.
Well, he's been very good in his last 3 starts. 21 and 2/3 innings pitches, 3 earned runs coming into this game.
When you look at the splits like that, to me, correct me if I'm wrong, you're inside. That's the ability to use and throw the fastball and break the ball on both sides of the plate.
Both sides of the plate, exactly.
Calhoun looks at a slow breaking ball that misses away. Cole struck out on 3 pitches in the first.
And able to throw and get swing and misses on your breaking ball also, but spotting your fastball inside and outside.
Outside. And here with a couple of men on, unlike the first inning, it looks like Stroman really trying to avoid too good of a pitch on the outside part of the plate. That's why you see him missing way outside.
Yeah, Calhoun has good power to left center field.
Back pick, no throw. They thought about going down to first base. That's a strike on Cole. And Cole didn't like that call.
And that pitch looked like it was off the outside part of the plate.
Yeah.
It certainly was off the outside part of the plate, and it surprised Calhoun.
Well, instead of 3-0, it's 2 balls and a strike now. Dribbler foul. Evens up the count now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 22 pitches thrown by Marcus Stroman here in the second. Calhoun, the 7th man to bat in this inning. Should he reach, Trout will come to the plate. Mike's on deck. Here now the 2-2. And he got him to chase that fastball away. So he essentially strikes out the side, but he gives up a couple of runs. We head to the third. Angels lead at 2-0.
Now it's time for Tools of the Trade, presented by Ram Trucks. Eric Ibar showing some excellent defense. The high throw from Crone with the slide and the perfect technique on the throw to home to Hank Conger over the shoulder of Reyes, who looked back to see if Ibar was going to be in position to make the play. Used the bare hand, perfect throw. Great tag by Hank Conger, but solid defense once again by Eric Ibar.
C.J. Wilson stake to a 2-0 lead as we begin the third. 9-1-2 for Toronto. Kawasaki, Reyes, and Tollison. Blue Jays second baseman hitting .278. A couple of doubles, a triple, 2 runs batted in. CJ still stretching it out there behind the mound. Kawasaki looks at a strike. Last night, a couple of hits, 2 for 4. And 1 hit Monday night. A fantastic defensive play out in shallow right field last night. Perhaps could have changed the complexion of that 8th inning and the ball game.
Could have been second and third with Pujols at the plate.
He had a long way to go, too. 2 balls, 1 strike. Nice pitch on the inside corner to even the count.
What we've seen from Kawasaki is he's trying to serve the ball into left field. So that's a perfect location of a pitch. Inner half against him.
Hamilton out in shallow left field. And this one lined towards short. Ibar has to get away for a moment. Kawasaki will reach a single for Munenori.
Fastball right down the middle of the plate, lined, and Ibar almost dives and makes the play on it, just gets away from him. And just trying to serve the ball to that side of the field.
Leadoff man on board. Top of the order now. Jose Reyes at the plate. He singled to left in the first. Shoots this one into center field. Another base hit. So the first 2 have reached here to start the third with a 2-0 lead. This after having a 1-2-3 second on 6 pitches. Steve Tolleson, the third baseman, coming up. Wouldn't be surprised to see him try to drop one down. You've got Cabrera and then Bautista after the fact.
It looked like Eric Ibar got something in his eye. Really dove for the ball. Dirt jumped in his eye.
He's got the glasses on as well, the flip shades. Freese playing in, as is Crone over at first base. Tolleson grounded out to Freese in the first inning. Bunt on the third base side. He plays to first. Barehanded throw, and Kendrick keeps the foot on the bag to sacrifice for the first down.
Freese anticipating the sacrifice bunt. Tolleson did a nice job of making Freese field the ball. Might have more time to be able to use his glove and then to transfer and throw him out. Sometimes a difficult play with the bare hand.
Yeah, I was just going to say, taking a little bit of a gamble there. Adam Neville now out to look at that left eye of Eric Ibar. That's the worst when you get something in there, especially when you're out of the field. You know your hands are dirty. They got dirt on them. The last thing you want to do is keep rubbing your eye, make it worse.
Especially when sometimes, especially as an infield, you have a split second to make a play on a line drive at you. A couple guys in scoring position now for Toronto. You want to be comfortable in your shortstop position.
So runners at second and third. 1 out. Melky Cabrera at the plate. Cabrera had a base hit in the first inning, so he's 1 for 1. Infield back. I'll take the out for the run. Trout shading Cabrera out toward right center field, the opposite way. Nice block by Conger. That pitch 2 feet out in front of home plate.
Heartbreaking ball overthrown by Wilson, but saved by Hank Conger.
Adam Neville back out. I don't believe the Vizine's going to help this one. A Ball and a strike on Cabrera with 1 out. Cabrera now with 114 hits on the year. Off the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. Second in the American League behind Jose Altuve, the all-star for the Astros, has 126. And you got a couple of Orioles behind him, Adam Jones and Nick Markakis. 2-1, pulled to third. Freeze has it. High throw, and Crone gets the foot on the bag. No, safe at first. The call is safe. David Freeze will get charged with the error. Plenty of time to throw him out, too. Socha's going to come out and perhaps have Dino look at it.
I wonder if Crone got his foot back down on the base before Cabrera touched the base himself. Gathered himself and then got underneath, dropped the elbow, and a high throw.
Oh,
I think he got him.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's a right decision by Mike Socha to challenge it. Right there, foot's down. There's no question he's going to be called out.
So hold the phone on that second error by Freeze. Brian Gorman, the crew chief, making the call at first base. So, second challenge of the afternoon. John Gibbons challenged the out call of Jose Reyes at the plate in the first inning. That call upheld, so Gibbons and the Blue Jays no longer have a challenge.
Looked like he got his foot down and out.
He is out. Brian Gorman rings him up. 2 down.
Good decision by Mike Socha.
And the Angels retain, I should say, a challenge, but they'll only have 1 more the rest of the game. Call overturned at first. Now they're going to intentionally walk Jose Bautista here to load him up for Nolan Reimold. I don't know if the way Bautista's been swinging the bat, and as limited as he's been with that hamstring issue, you got a mistake hitter in Nolan Reimold, who squared up and out his first time up here.
I think we're seeing in this day and age of baseball, it's all about numbers, and Bautista's 9 for 19 against Wilson. I guess what Mike Socha's determined to go with, as compared to Reimold, not a lot of success, many opportunities against Wilson.
Bautista draws the intentional walk. He had a single in the first. It's the 5th time this year that he's been intentionally walked.
Anytime you intentionally walk a guy to load the base, that all-important first pitch to the batter coming up next as a pitcher on the mound. The need to throw a strike and a quality strike.
Nolan Reimold lined one out to deep left field to end the first inning. And that was on a 1-1 pitch, a breaking ball in. Playing his 3rd game as a member of the Blue Jays. Takes down low, gets away from Conger, but not far enough for Kawasaki to advance from third. 1 ball, no strikes. Nolan Reimold now 30 years of age. 5th round pick out of Bowling Green. Pardon me, a 2nd round pick in 05 from Bowling Green. The Orioles. 41 career home runs. One-0. Now it's 2 balls, no strikes. Toronto this year with the bases loaded, a .250 team batting average with a couple of slams. Kawasaki at third, Reyes at second, Bautista at first. 3-0.
When in a similar situation where CJ was asked to intentionally walk a batter, was in Kansas City, then he faced Alex Gordon, and Gordon was it a walk on 4 pitches?
On 4 pitches, yep. Walked in a run. that was against a left-handed batter, of course, Alex Gordon being that batter. Now in jeopardy of walking in a run here. Got a 2-0 lead. On the corner, 3-1. Reimel, the sixth man at the bat in this third inning. Wilson at 50 pitches now. Not the splits you would like. 28-22. Three-one on the way. On the corner again, full count. But now, because you've gone to a full count, base runners get a head start here on the next offering. The two outs.
Both pitches on the outside part of the plate. Well located by CJ. Reimel's only more apt to be swinging at this fastball here.
Kawasaki and Reyes at third and second respectively. Very good speed. Bautista the trail runner at first. Nobody's going anywhere at second base there. Wants Conger to run through the signs again. Runners take off. The 3-2 is nowhere close to the strike zone. It's 2-1 Angels.
Well, you just hit your spots with two perfect fastballs. And then you do a spin move back at second and threw your rhythm off. And then you throw a fastball well off the plate by CJ.
Reimel picks up his first RBI as a Blue Jay. Back-to-back walks now for Wilson. Bases still loaded. 2 outs and Butcher out to pay a visit. Especially during this stretch for CJ over his last 8 starts, there's bound to be one of these type of innings.
Yeah, you got through the first inning. You thought maybe that was going to be the tough inning for Wilson.
And then through a 6-pitch second inning. 3 ground ball outs. Very easy. And this inning started on that liner that Kawasaki hit. That Ibar made a nice diving effort on it, but the ball popped out of his glove. Reyes with a single, a sac bunt, a ground down. And now 2 walks. Here's Eric Kratz, who saw 1 pitch leading off the second and grounded out to Ibar. Eric Kratz called up before the game today by Toronto. Cole Gillespie, the outfielder, placed on a 15-day disabled list with an abdominal strain. Kratz a .221 average this year, 3 home runs, 10 runs batted in. Now 34 years of age. 0-1. Breaking ball and a beauty. Locked him up. 0-2.
Good speed on that pitch too, and be able to throw for a strike.
Although he's played for the Pirates, Phillies, and now the Blue Jays, Toronto, his originating ball club. 29th round pick in 0-2. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, got him. The inning comes to an end, but Toronto does get a run as we head to the bottom of the third. Angels have Trout, Pujols, Hamilton coming up 2-1. walking up to our broadcast booth. And, of course, the Angels fortunate to have a one-run lead after that last top of the inning there with a bases-loaded situation. Limited, I guess you could say, the damage to just one run.
Yeah, exactly. Even the first inning where they had an opportunity to Toronto. But CJ seems to always be able to make that one pitch you get through and limit the damage. He's able to do that to maintain the one-run lead here.
Yeah, striking out Eric Kratz, and we'll see what the Angels do here against Marcus Stroman. He himself faced 7 batters in the second. Struck out 3, but gave up 2 runs on 3 hits, and there was one key error that by Jose Reyes. Mike Trout to lead things off. Got jammed on a fastball, hit a fly ball to right in the first inning. So he's 0 for 1. Blue Jays with 5 hits through the first 3 innings. The Angels have 3 hits, all coming in that second. Fastball away. And it's 1 ball, no strikes. 4 punch outs for Stroman, no walks. That one's on the corner. Stroman, a couple of no decisions the last time out at Oakland. Gave up no runs, 3 hits in 7 innings. Prior to that, the White Sox gave up 2 runs on 2 hits in 6 2/3. This is back toward the middle, and it's a base hit for Mike Trout. Just never know with Munenori Kawasaki, but even if he comes up with it, you're not going to throw out Trout.
You're not throwing out Trout. Once you leave your feet as an infielder and Mike Trout hits the ball, there's no way you're throwing him out. Back up the middle. Well hit by Trout. Kawasaki did the best he could to get in position and knock it down, but that's going to be a base hit. Would not be surprised to see Trout on the move here early.
Albert 0 for 1. He cuts through that one. Big swing. Albert hit one sharply and Reyes to end the first inning, so he's 0 for 1. Last 23 games. That's what you'd like to see as far as the RBI totals. Average over 300. Came in batting .267 into this ball game. Trout started to go, and the ball gets away from Kratz. A breaking pitch. And he advances on the wild pitch.
3rd wild pitch Stroman this season, and that's what you want. That's why I was thinking the Trout might try to steal base, and he looked like he was going to get him to scoring position for Pujols, who's been that good for a long period of time. Overthrown breaking ball hits the hip of Kratz and gets away from him, allowing Trout to get into scoring position.
One ball, 1 strike. Lays off the breaking pitch. 2-1. They wanted an appeal, apparently. And, did not go. Looked like Jim Wolf was asking Brian Gorman. Howard went around that time. 3 straight sliders. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hamilton on deck. Angels getting their runs in the second, courtesy of the Kendrick RBI single. And Freeze base hit up the middle that brought home Howie. Kendrick taking second base on the throw home from Nolan Reimold. 2-2 now. Another one flare to left. That'll fall in for a base hit. Trout, little stutter step. He'll be waved around. Here comes a throw from Melky Cabrera, and Trout is easily thrown out. Pujols sends up at second. Tough send there for Gary DiSarcini. That ball covered by Melky Cabrera.
Mike Scioscia's going to go out and see if there was any path at all to the plate where Trout could slide in. And the slight hesitation. And see if that plate was blocked.
Well,
there's no path at all.
Yeah.
They're going to check it.
You saw Kratz take a couple of steps to his left, so
there was anywhere for Trout to get to the plate.
So this will be the 3rd review of the afternoon.
Cabrera already has 1 outfield assist in this game, 6 on the season. And a strong throw up the third base line. And there's no path, but how are you going to catch the ball as a catcher, though?
Yeah, it's a crew chief review. But I think that that step right there without the ball, look where Trout has to end up sliding because of it.
The only other thing Trout could do is just run through him, and you're not allowed to do that without the baseball. So there's no path at all for Trout to even get close to the plate. Even reaching as far back as he did, he couldn't even get near the plate.
So Brian Gorman, Jim Wolf on the headsets once again. And there's no question that he's out. The throw beat him, tag got him, never touched home plate. But it's whether or not a pathway was allowed there, according to the new rule, 7.13. Headsets are off, and he is out. So Pujols sends up at second, picks up a single. And Josh Hamilton now will bat.
Yeah, Mike Trout didn't have a good read off the bat. He had to make sure that ball was down first.
Hamilton waves at the off-speed pitch. And I said it's a tough set for Gary DiSarcina because you have the speed of Trout, but that ball not hit very deep. And Cabrera, very accurate throwing arm. Not the arm he had a couple of years ago, but still very accurate. Second guy he's thrown out in the series. This one's line to center, another base hit. Pujols is going to be waved in. Here comes the throw from Mastriani. It's cut off. They throw to second. Hamilton is out. They get the run, and it's 3-1 Angels. But 2 outs now, the base is clear.
Well hit by Hamilton, driving in the run, getting that run back. The Jays got the top of the inning. Good bounce, went through the baseball well and up the middle for a base hit. Guybar is waving down Albert Pujols at that point, but when the ball is cut off, thrown to second, they get the out there.
Hamilton picks up his 23rd run batted in. Snaps it 0 for 16 for Josh. Eric Guybar with a 1-ball, no strike count. Guybar reached on the air by Reyes and scored in the second.
So there's 3 hits in this inning and 2 outs.
One ball, 1 strike.
Not see that too often.
No. Well, Toronto had 3 hits in the first inning with an error and no runs.
They say every day at the baseball game you might see something you might not ever see again.
Guybar, like he broke his bat, rolls one inside the bag. It's a fair ball, and Stroman is there to cover, and that'll do it for the Angels. They do get that run back. We're through 3. Halos out top 3-1. AT&T fan photo of the game, but we need your help. Tweet us your photo using hashtag WestFanPhoto. It could be shown in an upcoming game broadcast. 3-1 Angels here at the top of the fourth inning. Both starters have had one good inning and two innings in which they've just could be classified as eh. C.J. Wilson, though, has gotten out of some trouble. Stroman gave up 2 runs in the second, 1 in the third. So C.J. here in the fourth to face the bottom third of the order. Navarro, Mastriani, and Kawasaki. 55 pitches thrown by Wilson through 3 innings. 32 have been strikes.
And this bottom part of the order for the Jays is extremely aggressive. He can have a quick inning. Low pitch count for Wilson in this inning.
This is line to center field. 6th hit of the afternoon for Toronto. Leadoff man on board for the 2nd straight inning. Angel fans, you have the final say. Vote Garrett Richards as the final American League All-Star. Just go to angels.com/vote and cast your 2014 MLB All-Star Game final votes now. Tomorrow, you can also vote on Twitter using hashtag VoteGRich. Voting is unlimited. It ends at 1 p.m. Pacific time tomorrow. Vote now and vote often.
Certainly deserving to be an All-Star. Great season so far for Richards. 10-2.
This one sharply hit, and Kendrick has it go underneath his glove. Navarro will stop at second base. That's an error on Howie, his 8th of the year, and what possibly could have been a double play. So 2 on, nobody out.
When Howie didn't look that ball necessarily into the glove on the backhand, had time to get in front and a quick flip to Ibar to complete a 4-6-3 double play. Don't see that too often from Howie. He's been solid defensively this year, but that play, let the baseball play him.
Here's Kawasaki in a sacrifice situation. Not bunting, takes a breaking ball down and away.
Boy, if you're CJ, you can get off the mound quickly. You can make a play at third base with Navarro running at second.
Yep.
That's the mindset you have to have as a pitcher. I can get a force out at third base here.
Leadoff man Navarro with a base hit to center. Now Mastriani reaching on the error. Kawasaki had a base hit his first time up. Way outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Part of this order, the bottom part of the order, against C.J. Wilson's where he's struggled, particularly the 7th and 8th place hitters. Guys that have batted the 7th spot this year have hit .319 against Wilson. 8th place hitters have hit .286. Those are the 2 highest batting averages in any one spot against the Angels left-hander this year.
And you consider the stuff that C.J. Wilson has, that is a surprise. Those are the guys you finish off and finish off quickly.
Matter of fact, the fewest strikeouts Wilson has had against any one spot in the order has been against the 8th place hitters. Kawasaki takes outside, 3-1. Kawasaki is a guy you want to just go after. Virtually no power in his bat. There's some scrambling going on in the Angels bullpen. 3-1 pitch. There's a strike, full count. Might see some action. We're in the 4th inning. 3-1 Angels. There's that movement of which we were speaking about.
It's 4 full counts in this game so far for Wilson.
3-2 now. Kawasaki lifts one out to left. Playable for Hamilton. Has to drift back a little bit. A little more carry in the daytime. 1 down. Hey folks, Beach Week at the Big A is July 22nd through the 25th. Make your plans to see the Angels take on the Orioles and Tigers and receive a beach bag, beach blanket, or Hawaiian shirt. The week concludes Friday, July 25th with Polynesian dancing in the Music Garden. For more info, visit angels.com/promotions. So 2 on, 1 out. Runner still at first and second. Here's Reyes, 2 for 2. A couple of singles. Down and in.
Well, that's a big out when you think about it. John Gibbons earlier in the game has Tolleson, a number 2 hitter, to bunt to move over some runners. Then you have a number 9 hitter in Kawasaki, a left-handed batter against a left-handed pitcher, and yet he was swinging away. And you have your hottest hitter coming up here in Reyes.
Two down. Toronto with a run on 6 hits, 1 error. They've stranded 5. The Angels 3 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors. Halos have left 2 men on base. Three no. Steve Tolleson, the third baseman, on deck. And a 4-pitch walk loads him up. Looks like Mike Butcher's on his way out.
Second visit already in the game. We're in the 4th inning.
Third walk issued by CJ. One was intentional to Bautista to load them up into third. Then he followed up by walking Reimold. That's how the Blue Jays got their one and only run in the 3rd inning. Navarro at third, Mastriani at second, and now Reyes at first base.
It was almost as if CJ was not going to give in to Reyes once he fell behind. Reyes 7 for his last 8 in this series. Last at bat, first game of the series on Friday night, a base hit. Sorry, Monday night, base hit. 4 hits yesterday, 4 for 5.
Cam Bedrosian, first man up for the Angels. Tolleson, a ground out in the first, a sac bunt in the third. 0 for 1. Breaking ball blocked by Hank. I thought for a second there that breaking ball hit Tolleson.
Wait, it deflected back. Almost looked like it did hit his foot. Hard slider from Wilson. Overthrown slider. He wasn't going to move out of the way.
One ball, one strike. Got the bottom part of the strike zone. Next offering will be the 70th pitch thrown by CJ. Foul back, 1-2.
Got away with the hanging breaking ball. CJ has been very good as far as in these situations getting a ground ball double play, though. Could use one right now to maintain a 3-1 lead. 70 pitches, 39 strikes, 31 out of the strike zone.
Now the 1-2. And the Durden gets away from Conger. Bounced right over his shoulder. A wild pitch makes it 3-2 Angels.
And that pitch was well in front of the plate. 7th wild pitch this year for Wilson.
Not much Hank could do on that one. That thing took a wicked hop over his shoulder.
All you can hope is it hits you and stays in front of you. Well in front of the plate. And he squared his shoulders up as good as he can do.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Tolleson. He hits one back up the middle, and that'll bring in 2 runs. Toronto takes the lead on the 2 RBI single by Steve Tolleson. 4-3 Blue Jays.
The ground ball right back up the middle. CJ's in pretty good position to make the play, but it gets by him. 2 runs score on that play.
7 hits now for Toronto.
Right by his glove. That's a play right there. You're going to be able to hold the runner at third and make the play at first.
Here's Melky Cabrera, 1 for 2 today. He swings at the first one, fouls it off to the right. Bedrosian's ready to go in the bullpen if necessary. And for CJ on Friday against Houston, did not get out of the 5th, lasting just 4 1/3. And again today, staked to an early lead. Cabrera bounces one to Crow, bobbles it for a second, fires it to second, but fires it into left field. Well, CJ at that point just take the out at first. It'll go as a fielder's choice, I would imagine. Now it's an error on Crow, his first. The 3rd error committed by the Angels today.
Well, you play right there. You just step right on the base. You still have an open base with Bautista coming up. You could pitch around him if you had to.
Here's Jose Bautista, the first baseman. A single and an intentional walk. Not a pretty game for the Angels through the first 4 innings, and I'm talking from the pitching defensive side of things.
And that always goes together. When you have a slower pace, it's difficult for the defenders to be on their toes to make plays. Watched the game last night, Skaggs and especially R.A. Dickey, how quick he was working. A lot of real good plays made behind you. It's all about the pace dictated during the course of the game.
1-0 on the corner, evens up the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. This is a team, Toronto, that came in batting just .234 against left-handed pitching. Heck, prior to last night, they came in batting .229 against left-handed pitching. They picked up 14 hits, 11 against Tyler Skaggs. Off the plate, 2-1. They have 7 today against CJ.
Well, CJ is going to have to get Bautista out, or he's going to be more than likely taken out by Mike Scioscia. It's an important batter for the Angels and CJ.
This one's popped up on the left side. Freeze and Ibar. 2 outs. Got Bautista just out in front.
Well, and he was upset with himself. He missed his pitch.
So 2 on, 2 outs. Here's Nolan Reimold, the 8th man to bat in this 4th inning. Reimold shoots into the alley in right center field. 1 run in for sure. Melky Cabrera being waved around from third. He is going to score, and it's a 6-3 Blue Jays lead. Nolan Reimold with his 3rd double of the series, and now with his 3rd RBI of the game. Here comes Mike Scioscia. He's making the call as Cam Bedrosian will be coming into the game. So C.J. Wilson's struggles continue. as he faces 8 batters here in the 4th. Gives up 6 runs through 3 2/3. A pitching change. Angels down 6-3. Jalapeno ranch or barbecue. Ultimate. Angels baseball is brought to you by Jack in the Box, the new jalapeno ranch or barbecue ultimate cheeseburgers. By Time Warner Cable, enjoy better. By the 2014 Camry at your Toyota dealer today, we make it easy. And by AT&T Uverse TV, rethink possible. Another rough outing for C.J. Wilson, unable to get through 4 innings this afternoon. 6 runs, 3 earned, responsible for Nolan Reimold standing at second base as Cam Bedrosian comes into the ballgame to try to get to third and final out here in the 4th. Bedrosian pitched last night after being called up prior to the game. The Angels sent Grant Green to AAA. Bedrosian last night 1 inning, gave up a hit and had 1 strikeout. 7 games, 0-1 record, a 12.15 ERA.
This is an opportunity as a member of the bullpen to put up some zeros. And you know you're going to have some opportunities to score some more runs here offensively. I think in terms of almost, hey, if I go 1 or 2 innings, I might be in line to be able to pick up a W if I can just stop Toronto at this point.
Well, CJ staked to a 2-0 and 3-1 lead, unable to hold it. Eric Kratz, 9th man to bat here in the 4th. 0 for 2 with a ground down and a strikeout. 1 ball, no strikes. Breaking ball, caught the inside corner. Oh, the saving grace is it's the 4th. Secondly, the Angels have had some pretty good swings against Marcus Stroman.
And during that stretch in which the Angels won 11 in a row at home, 7 comeback victories.
2 balls, 1 strike. John Navarro on deck. He's the man that started off this inning with a leadoff single. That'll even up the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Reimold standing at second base. 3 RBIs in the game for him. Bedrosian's 2-2. Pulled over to third. Freeze has it. The inning comes to an end, but not before Toronto strikes for 5 runs. They lead at 6-3 as we head to the bottom of the 4th.
The 4th, see if the offense can respond after a 5 spot. Top of the 4th, the Jays put up Howie Kendrick leading off and an RBI single right back up the middle for Howie to continue to swing the bat well. He's been unbelievable in this homestand, using the entire field. Stroman was sitting on the bench for a long time. Always early on in an inning like this, as a hitter, you got to jump on that first pitch fastball. Might not be exactly where he wants to locate it.
And he's thrown quite a few of those today. Trying to get ahead of counts. There's another one. Howie 1 for 1, an RBI single in the 2nd inning. Kendrick, Freese, and Crone for the Halos here in the 4th. Four strikeouts, no walks, 6 hits allowed for Stroman. Now it's downstairs. Had himself a 1-2-3 first inning. The Angels have had some base runners against him the last couple of frames. 3-1.
Pretty good pitch, but didn't get the call.
Yep.
Need base runners right away, put pressure on a young pitcher.
Well, the Angels kind of pushed the envelope in the 3rd inning. Fouled back, and I say that because Trout led off with a base hit, went to 2nd on a wild pitch. Pujols a single to shallow left. Gary DeSarcina sent Trout, thrown out at the plate. Pujols sends up at 2nd. And then Albert scored on a single by Hamilton, but Hamilton thrown out at 2nd base. The Angels just managed 1 run in that 3rd. 3-2, fouled off to the right.
Amazing how a whole inning can turn around. You have an opportunity with 3 straight hits. You score 1, but 2 outs are made on the bases on those hits. Then Toronto scores 5 themselves.
This one's out to right field. It's going to hang up for Reimold. 1 out. Tuesday, baseball's best gathered in Minneapolis. Derek Jeter taking the field in his last All-Star game ever, which should be an emotional, unforgettable night. Special coverage begins at 1:30 on Fox Sports 1, followed by the All-Star game, the 2014 Midsummer Classic at 4:30 on Fox.
I can't wait for that game. A lot of excitement, a lot of good young players, a lot of veterans, especially getting an opportunity to see Jeter his last All-Star game.
David Freese had an RBI single his first time up, picking up his 28th run batted in. Hasn't really been able to establish that breaking ball as of yet. Fastball's been good. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Stroman at AAA this year. 7 starts. 2-4 record and 3.03 ERA. 45 strikeouts and 35 and 2/3 innings. Not a big guy either. Listed at 5'9".
The way he drives towards the plate reminds you of Roy Oswalt, especially because Roy Oswalt used to finish that fastball in the lower part of the strike zone so effectively.
Two balls, 2 strikes.
You can tell he rushes and is too quick on his breaking ball. Not smoother on his mechanics with his fastball, and it's a very good one.
Fouled back. 94-mile-per-hour heater. Halos with 2 runs in the second, 1 in the third. Toronto with a run in the third and 5 in the fourth. T.J. Wilson allowing 6 runs, 3 earned, and 3 1/3. 8 hits, 1 strikeout, 3 walks, 1 was intentional. Wilson now has gone last 4 starts, 5 innings, 3 2/3, 4 1/3, and 3 1/3. Full count, back-to-back full count for Stroman.
Well, you just feel if you can get a base runner or 2 against Stroman here in this inning, right back in the game with 1 swing of the bat. When he gets on a roll, he's very, very effective.
And he walked him. First walk of the game for Stroman. It's a man on with 1 out. C.J. Crow coming up. Crow had a base hit to left in the second innings. He's 1 for 1. Downstairs. Yankees ended up putting Tanaka on the 15-day disabled list. Right elbow inflammation.
So more than likely that means John Farrell will add a starting pitcher. Does that mean Garrett Richards gets added in, or Chris Sale? And either one of those other 2 gets voted in. They both deserve to be there anyhow. Could happen at this point now.
1-1 to Crow. Breaking pitch, fouled back. Boy, a mistake pitch right there.
The hanging breaking ball. I like what Garrett has said. He's been interviewed a number of times here of late about the All-Star game. His focus is all about getting his team into the postseason. If he's given the chance to be an All-Star, he'll love it. The reality is he wants to get this team back in the postseason.
This one's out toward left center field. Will get down for a base hit. Second of the afternoon for C.J. Crow. David Freese will advance to third. So the Halos with runners at the corners here with 1 out. Hank Conger coming up.
Here's that final vote for the American League at Dallas Keuchel, Corey Glover, Garrett Richards. Get out there and vote for Garrett Richards. Rick Porcello having a solid season himself. Chris Sale, but Richards definitely deserving to be an All-Star.
Vote online and text between now and 1 p.m. Pacific tomorrow. You can do so unlimited amount of times. You can tweet the hashtag tomorrow. The tweets will only count. The hashtags will only count tomorrow.
Well, just as a baseball fan, you know, to watch him, the All-Star game on Fox, is to go out and dominate with that 99-mile-an-hour fastball with movement, and a wipeout slider.
Pete Walker, the pitching coach, out to pay a visit, and now it looks like Toronto will start to get action in their bullpen as well. Base hit by Chrome, the 7th allowed by Stroman. Hank a strikeout victim in the 2nd. Takes a strike. Redmond first man up. He pitched Monday night. Oh, 2 now.
Well, that's a pitch right there for Hank. He can drive. He likes the ball down. That last time up got him out on a cut fastball inside. The pitches prior to that from Stroman were all the way and down.
0-2. Downstairs. Ball 2 strikes.
Every pitch in the sequence so far has been away.
And pitching against the shift. Reyes playing Hank to pull up the middle.
You can even be late on your swing and hit a ground ball.
Yeah.
That hole, the shortstop position, vacated, get a run home.
Downstairs, gets away from Kratz. Freeze will come in to score, and it is 6-4.
Freeze happy to be able to score without having to slide. To deal with the catcher's mask right by the plate. End up scoring on the wild pitch. Second wild pitch of the game for Stroman. When a pitch that Kratz, you would think you would be comfortable getting in front and knocking that and keeping in front of him. But a break for the Angels. We've seen a number of breaks throughout this game, really. Defensively, it's been a tough one
for both teams. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Conger. Crone standing at second base. Top of the order, and Cole Calhoun on deck. Breaking ball, that one's smothered by Kratz. Full count. That's the 3rd full count that Stroman has had in this inning.
Oh, if Hank gets on base, Gibbons may indeed go to the bullpen.
Three-two. Hank fouls it off. Stroman's thrown 71 pitches. 49 for strikes. Another 3-2. Hank pulls this one over to the right side. Kawasaki is there. 2 outs. Crone advances to third. Well, Calhoun will step to the plate. He's faced Stroman twice today, and he has struck out both times. Once looking, once swinging. One ball, no strikes. One run in for the Angels, down 6-4 here in the 4th. 2 balls, no strikes.
Boy, nice pitch right now to be able to drive. If you're Cole Calhoun, you're going to get a fastball with Mike Trout on deck.
Two-0 now. That's driven to right. Hit well. Reimold giving chase. This one is gone. A big fly for Cole Calhoun. Ties this game up at 6.
That is a great decision for Calhoun. He looked in the zone. He knows he's getting it fast, but you got Trout on deck, and he made Stroman pay for that mistake. 2-run home run. 10 home runs now on the season for Calhoun. Boy, heater right down the middle. Jumps on a fastball and out of the yard for Calhoun. Big time swing.
Well, second time that the Angels have roughed up Stroman, this time as a starter. We're tied at 6 here in the 4th inning. U-verse rewind.
But it's been an odd game. There's been a lot of runs scored, but the defense has not helped out. The pitcher's on the mound. Some odd plays. Great hustle here by Eric Ibar to get the play at the plate on Reyes. And then Reyes, a ground ball right through the legs. Ground ball, and then C.J. Cron's high throw. So it's been a tough day defensively. Two of the best defensive teams in the American League have had a tough time in the daylight today here on Wednesday afternoon baseball as we're tied up. Just like we started at the game 0-0, now tied at 6.
Stroman, 75 pitches, 3 2/3, 8 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned. Gave up the home run to Cole, and that was his last pitch. Trout looks at a strike. Redmond, as we mentioned, pitched Monday night. 2 innings, allowed no runs, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts. Count even up at 1 ball, 1 strike. So both starters getting knocked out in the 4th inning. Trout 1 for 2. Pops this one up to shallow right. Kawasaki going out. Calling for it. That'll do it for the Angels, but they tie things up. A wild pitch brought in a run, and Cole Calhoun's 10th home run of the year. 2-run shot into the right field corner. We played 4 here at the Big A, tied at 6 now. Shot tying things up at 6 as we just now begin the top of the 5th inning. Hey folks, on July 22nd, the Angels will be taking on the Orioles at 7:05, and fans in attendance will receive a newly added Angels Beach Bag courtesy of Experian while supplies last. Purchase tickets by visiting the Angels Stadium ticket office or by logging on at angels.com. A lot of kids in attendance here, kids groups. It's 12:35 after they start the finale of this 3-game set, the rubber game of the series. It was taking Monday night's game in Toronto, of course, picking up the shutout victory last night, 4-0 the final. Navarro, Mastriani, Kawasaki. Those are the 3 batters. 7, 8, 9 for Toronto here in the 5th inning to face Cam Bedrosian, who came into the 4th inning and got Eric Kratz to ground out to finish off that 4th inning. Navarro started off the rally for Toronto, the 4th. Base hit and a run scored. He came across the score on a wild pitch.
Well, what did we say last inning? If you're a reliever coming out of the bullpen, Bedrosian put up some zeros, you put yourself in position to be able to pick up a W. Now he's in that spot, score tied at 6. Now your job is to put that 0 up and get the offense right back at the plate.
One ball, one strike. Colby Rasmus has come out to the on-deck circle. He'll be pinch hitting for Darren Mastriani. He reached on a key error by Howie Kendrick. A potential double play ball. Toronto scoring 5 times.
So Thatcher ready in the bullpen.
One ball, one strike. Missing upstairs. Both teams with 8 hits. Toronto's committed 1 error. The Angels have committed 3. First time the Angels have had multiple errors in some time since June the 7th against the White Sox. This one pulled foul. Evens up the count.
Tied with Seattle as far as fielding percentage in the American League. Both with 42 errors coming into the game, Seattle and the Angels.
Two from Bedrosian. Lifted to left. Not hit very deep. Tailing away from Hamilton. Will fall in for a hit. Navarro trying to go to second, and he is in there with a leadoff double. 11th double of the year for Deanna Navarro. And so the leadoff man once again on board for the Blue Jays. 4th time in 5 innings.
Just went with the pitch. Majority of his hits have been to left field. Batting from the left side for Navarro.
And that's going to be it for Bedrosian. 1 batter here with Thatcher getting ready in the bullpen. Rasmus has been introduced in the game, so you got a left-handed batter. 2 of them, as a matter of fact, Rasmus and Kawasaki. Coming up, a pitching change. We're in the 5th, tied at 6.
Carlson, base hit up the middle by C.J. Wilson, drives in two, giving the Jays a significant lead. But the big fly, two-run home run by Cole Calhoun ties it up at 6. It's been a wild one, and we still have plenty of time left in this game.
Joe Thatcher on a relief here to face Colby Rasmus with nobody out and a man in scoring position. Thatcher pitching in his 3rd game with the Angels, 2/3 of an inning, 1 hit. Joe pitched Monday night, went 2/3 of an inning in that one. His first appearance was in the White Sox. Checked that against the Astros and gave up a hit. That would have been something had he been there, but not really there. Rasmus' first plate appearance this afternoon. No 214 average.
No sacrifice bunts yet this year.
That one's it for a strike. 12 home runs, 27 runs batted in. 1 for 3 as a pinch hitter. Home run. Mastriani finishes the afternoon going 0 for 2. 0-1 now. Down and away. Rasmus is at 167 against left-handed pitching this year. Navarro with a short lead at second. Down and away. 2-1. Cam Bedrosian going 1/3 of an inning, allowing a hit. He's responsible for Navarro standing at second base. 3-1. Full count. Munenori Kawasaki, the second baseman on deck. Left-handed batter. Then you go back to the top of the order, and Jose Reyes, switch hitter, who swung the bat well from the right side last night.
We're looking for a punch out here now from Thatcher.
Payoff pitch. Rasmus takes inside, ball 4. Well, that's something you just cannot do. You got a guy who's walked just 13 times this year and an on-base percentage of .267.
Especially didn't look comfortable. It didn't seem like he was really tracking the ball real well as far as looking to hit the ball the other way against you.
So 2 outs, nobody on. This would be a sacrifice situation, I would imagine. Kawasaki at the plate. Angels anticipating that as well. And the bunt. Conger's got it. Fires to third for 1. And no relay back to first. They get the force out.
Well, that play's made because Hank Conger was extremely aggressive. Very good play by Hank. We talked about some tough plays defensively in this game, but that is a solid, aggressive play by Hank Conger. The bunt by Kawasaki out in front of the plate. Aggressive, he goes after it, and all in one motion to throw to third to get the force out. Well played by Hank Conger. And as on the transfer, David Freese couldn't get a grip on the baseball. Wise decision at that point to hold on to it. You still have a double play in order.
Reyes takes outside. Couple of hits today. 2 singles and a walk. He's also scored a run. This one's fouled back. Gooby, you ready? Oh, just below us. You had it. You were tracking it.
I was tracking that one. That's the one I don't mind.
Little soft little flare.
Yes. He's going to pull my old Michael Moore and make the play on that pop-up.
Ball and a strike on the Rays. Navarro. Pardon me, Rasmus at second, Kawasaki at first. Navarro was forced down at third for the first down. It's 2 balls and a strike. C.J. Wilson today lasting 3 1/3, giving up 6 runs, 3 earned, 8 hits, 1 strikeout, 3 walks. Marcus Stroman lasted 3 2/3 for Toronto. This one's popped up first base side near the dugout. Long run for Crone and just can't get there in time to set his feet. Evens up the count at 2-2. Nice try by CJ.
And he's well off that first base bag, so he has to go a long way to try to even get anywhere near catching that pop-up.
Fernando Salas now getting ready. Two to Reyes. Just got a piece of it.
And Rasmus is getting a pretty good sized lead at second base. Doesn't have a stolen base this season.
Ground ball foul.
Good job by Thatcher, varying his look back to second and forced Rasmus back.
Tied at 6 here in the top of the 5th inning. Well-paced game. Another spin move. Seemed pretty much just about everything in this game. 3 reviews. A couple of wild pitches bringing in runs. Errors on both sides. Tollefson on deck. 2-2 now. Got him. Down goes Reyes. 2 down.
Went upstairs with a fastball. And a swing and miss. Very deceptive delivery for Thatcher. Now 0 for 3 in his career, Reyes is against Thatcher.
So here's Tollefson, the third baseman.
Mike Scioscia looks like he's going to go down to the bullpen.
Yep. Salas is ready to go. If he does indeed make that call, it'll be the third reliever of the ball game as we are here in the 5th.
That might be more of a conversation. It looked like Thatcher was ready to give the baseball to Mike Scioscia, but this might be more of a strategy conversation.
We have Juan Francisco on the bench, and you figure that Tollefson will be pulled back. And sure enough, here comes Juan Francisco. So we got ourselves a pitching change and a pinch hitter. Still tied at 6. Angels baseball is brought to you by Mercury Insurance. Get a fast free quote at mercuryinsurance.com today and see how much you can save. And buy Hyundai. Visit buyhyundai.com today. Hey, let's get to the bullpen for the third time this afternoon with 2 outs here in the 5th inning. Fernando Salas is called upon to get the third out of this 5th. He'll be facing Juan Francisco, the left-hand hitting infielder. Fernando pitching in his 29th game, 4-0 record, a 2.86 ERA. Came off the disabled list just a couple of days ago. Pitching Sunday for the first time with 1 inning against the Astros, everything zeros. Juan Francisco, left-handed batter, hitting .237 on the year. At 14 home runs, 33 runs batted in. He got the start at third base Monday night. Ended up going 2 for 3 with a single and a home run. And Shoemaker giving up the home run. Rasmus at second, Kawasaki at first. First one from Salas in for a strike.
Start him off with a good changeup. Salas has a very, very good changeup. If he can establish his fastball in the strike zone, that makes that pitch even more effective.
Down and away. Nice play by Hank. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Change up. Hank able to scoop that in the dirt.
One and two. Count remains at a ball and 2 strikes.
Boy, it looked like Hank wanted that fastball elevated. That was right down the heart of the plate. Francisco had a pretty good swing at the fastball, which he normally does. Got to locate your fastball well against Francisco. Off speed he has a tough time with.
Couple of glances back to Rasmus at second. And he missed low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Off speed, got him swinging. Down goes Francisco. It's the 3rd out of the inning. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Pujols, Hamilton, and Ibar coming up in a tie ball game. Pujols, Hamilton, and Ibar coming up for the Angels. Facing Redmond. Came in and got the last out of the fourth. Rasmus stays in the game. He patrols center field, and Francisco does the same, but he's over at third base. First one to Albert. A little bit upstairs. Pujols 1 for 2. A single with a run scored. Skies this one out to shallow center. Kawasaki is out there. 1 away.
Hyundai key to the game. Fly to the Angels. Certainly was the case when Cole Calhoun tied it up with a big fly. Still, this is an opportunity for Josh Hamilton to give the Halos the lead with one swing of the bat. He's got that type of power. It's been a while for Josh. Base hit his last at bat. Look for him to try to get a ball in the inner half and drive it out right now.
Takes outside. It's been a tough go for Hamilton of late. Seeing a lot of off-speed pitches. And more importantly, he's been chasing them. Two balls, one strike. Hamilton with the 1 for 2 today. Picking up the RBI. 7 for 33 in the month of July. Cut through that fastball.
Well, that was his pitch. See by his reaction. Take a step away from the batter's box. He was looking for a fastball, got it, and just missed it.
And down goes Hamilton. Out number 2. Josh now with 15 strikeouts in the month of July. 36 at-bats.
When after that pitch down and away, but still it's the pitch before. You see the frustration as Josh walks back to the dugout, knowing he had the pitch before, the pitch he wanted, but missed it.
Eric Ibar lofts one out to left. Melky Cabrera shading his eyes with the bare hand. And the Angels go down in order here in the 5th. We'll head to the 6th inning. Still tied at 6.
Top of the 6th. And now it's time for the Cardinals Jr. Sports Update. Beltway battle. Washington Nationals playing very good baseball this year against Baltimore in the first place. Baltimore Orioles. And Chris Sale makes an all-star bid versus the Red Sox tonight.
Chris Sale's been very good, and with Tanaka going on the disabled list, you may see now either Chris Sale or Garrett Richards named to the All-Star roster, and then you still have the vote for the other to get in.
Well, I'm sure the roster will look a lot different by the time we get to the weekend. Injuries or guys that will pitch on Sunday that won't be available for Tuesday's All-Star game. As Melky Cabrera leads things off, takes ball one from Fernando Salas.
And Tanaka's had a fantastic year, rookie season for the Yankees. You hope he's okay. And there was always that conversation, how many pitches, how many innings he threw already at such a young age over in Japan before coming over to the States.
Two balls, no strikes. Cabrera, Bautista, and Reimold against Salas. Blue Jays continuously this afternoon have found themselves in very good hitters counts. Cabrera now is ahead of the count of 3-0. Aside from the second inning in which the Blue Jays were sat down in order on 6 pitches by C.J. Wilson. And that is a 4-pitch walk. They've had no fewer than 5 men in any one inning come to the plate. Here's yet another base runner. Folks, you have the final save for the American League All-Star. Go to Angels.com and cast your 2014 All-Star Game final votes. And Garrett Richards to the All-Star Game in Minneapolis. Voting ends 1 p.m. on Thursday. 4th walk issued by Angels pitchers. And now 5 of the 6 innings, leadoff man on board.
Well, the batting average against Garrett Richards is the best in the American League. What a dominating first half for Richards. And how he's maturing, learning so much, walking and talking, getting information from Jared Weaver.
Pretty good guy to get info from.
Ultra competitive. And you can see that rubbing off on Richards right now, watching the way Weaver competes.
Speaking of Jared, and according to the Angels game notes, Jared will be in the rotation over the weekend against Texas, scheduled to pitch on Saturday.
Yeah, I watched him throw his bullpen from a distance. He looked good, looked comfortable.
Angels will have Hector Santiago, Garrett Richards, Jared Weaver, Tyler Skaggs in that 4-game set against Texas. Colby Lewis will face Hector tomorrow. All the others for Texas to be announced. 1 and 2 on Bautista. Bautista with a single, an intentional walk, and a pop-up. Puts him at 1 for 2. Down the reach for that fastball, fouled it back.
Especially when that pitch before is called a strike, you're more apt to chase a pitch off the outside corner, which he did.
Three infielders on the left side against Bautista. Cabrera with a leadoff walk stands at first. Breaking pitch fouled back. Bautista scheduled to compete in the Home Run Derby on Monday, along with Yoenis Cespedes, Adam Jones, and Brian Dozier of the Minnesota Twins. They'll name a 5th member of that derby tomorrow. 1-2 again. Downstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. They're doing it as a bracket this year, though, right?
Yeah,
tournament
different than normal.
This is line to center. Might hang up for Trout. It does. 1 out.
Animal with a changeup. Bautista's hit some baseballs well in this series, but at the outfielders a number of times. Frustrated on that swing too. Hit it well, but right at Mike Trout.
Cabrera still at first, 1 out. And here's Nolan Reimold. 3 RBI game for Reimold. He walked with the bases loaded against C.J. Wilson in the 3rd. And this after Bautista was intentionally walked to load him. And then doubled home 2 runs in the 4th inning. C.J.'s last batter of the game. Change it, but up. Got him to swing through it.
Very dangerous pitch. Just high enough that you get a hitter to swing through it, but you want to make sure you throw your changeup, throw it down.
Just off the corner. Did not go. 2-1. Pitches thrown by Fernando Salas. 10 balls, 10 strikes. A strikeout, a walk, and a fly ball to center. Fouls it back. It's up to count now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Learned today that Jason Vargas, our good friend, now Royals starter, will miss about 3 to 4 weeks. An appendectomy.
He was rushed to the hospital today.
Scary. Kansas City is wrapping up their series against the Rays tonight at the Trop.
Now Gordon has an issue with his wrist. They're checking out also.
Two down. Full count. One final in the books, and that's the Tigers defeating the Dodgers 4-1.
Max Scherzer threw the ball very well for the Tigers. Played a 2-game sweep of the Dodgers.
50th win of the year for Detroit. San Diego, Colorado tied at 3 in the 8th. Marlins and the Diamondbacks tied at 1. That game's in the 9th. Here, tied at 6. Checking out Cabrera, and they almost picked him off. Good throw by Salas.
Pretty good sized lead. Quick throw. Barely got the foot back.
You got to go change up on Reimold here on a 3-2 count.
Cabrera may be going here also. Don't strike him out, throw him out potentially.
Cabrera takes off. 3-2 ground ball towards short. And Ibar can't get it. Cabrera will head to third. And Reimold picks up his 2nd hit of the ball game. Runners at first and third with 1 out.
Boy, just by the diving Eric Ibar, all he's trying to do at that point is to knock the ball down and got by the glove just to prevent Cabrera from going first to third as he's going on the pitch.
Eric Kratz at the plate. takes a strike.
Certainly a double play candidate.
Well, the right pitch too to Reimold. Changeup, but up above the belt. Been on board 3 times today. Kratz 0 for 3 with a couple of ground outs and a strikeout in the hole now. A lot of pitches thrown by Salas. 26.
Yeah, 26, 14 strikes, 12 out of the strike zone.
Leadoff walk. Cabrera standing at third base. Reimold at first. 1-2 now. Kratz strikes out swinging, 2 outs.
A big punch out for Salas on that one. High fastball. Needing the strikeout and gets one. Great location.
Deanna Navarro, a couple of hits for him, a single and a double. He's also scored a run. Well, he keeps missing with that changeup up.
You can make an adjustment on the changeup. It's elevated. If it's a well-located changeup, especially because he has a good fastball, you're going to get some odd swings, but not on a mistake changeup.
Double for Navarro, leading off the 5th inning, his 11th of the year. One ball, one strike. Very similar to the pitch that Navarro flared to left for that double in his last plate appearance.
Well, if you're Hamilton, you have to be in position to be ready for a fly ball your way. A lot of the hits in this series for Navarro has been that way to left field.
This one flared left. 7-6 Toronto. The pitch again that was up in the zone. Picks up his 36th run batted in.
Upstairs and is trying to hit the ball that way, and that's what has been his approach this entire series, is hitting the ball the other way.
Well, the 4-pitch walk to lead off the inning comes back to haunt as Cabrera scores, and now Colby Rasmus. The Angels play from behind yet again. 7-6 Toronto here in the 6th. Rasmus drew a walk in the 5th inning. His first plate appearance as a pinch hitter that time. Oh, 2. Oh, 2 now. This one's out toward left center field, tailing away from Trout, and he dives and makes the catch.
Could that be a game saver? Well played. And tracked down by Mike Trout. Keeps it a 1-run deficit. Otherwise, that's going to score 2. Great read, great dive by Mike Trout. Can do it with the bat and can do it with the glove. Great read, dives, makes an outstanding play.
Play from behind once again this afternoon, 7-6 as we begin the bottom of the 6th inning. Angels went down in order in the 5th. Redmond to face Kendrick, Freese, and Crone.
Redmond will throw a lot of sliders, fastballs, 88, 93, occasional changeup.
Redmond's retired all 4 batters he's faced so far. Now he swings through that one. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Kendrick 1 for 2, an RBI single with a run scored in the 2nd, a fly to right in the 4th. Broken bat, fly ball to shallow left. Melky Cabrera. Be something if Miguel was out and left. And playing for Toronto.
He's been able to do it all, that's for sure.
Oh. 1 out. Part of the barrel of the bat ending up near the bag at third base. So that's 5 up, 5 down for Redmond. Halos have not had a base runner since the 2-run home run by Cole Calhoun, tied it up at 6. Halos have used 3 relievers, and Grilly warming up in the bullpen would be their 4th, while Redmond is the only reliever used so far by John Gibbons.
Boy, good swing on the pitch to drive air for Freese.
Count evened up at 1 ball, 1 strike. Both starters unable to get out of the 4th inning. C.J. Wilson lasting just 3 1/3, gave up 6 runs, 3 earned. Marcus Stroman gave up 6 runs, 5 earned, and 3 2/3. Looks like Toronto starts to get action in their bullpen as well. 2-1 pitch. Inside. 3 balls, 1 strike. Lefty Aaron Loop pitched last night. Getting ready now. And there's a walk. Freese picks up his 2nd base on balls. He's been on board all 3 times today. Pete Walker's going to make the walk out now. Pitching coach to pay a visit.
Also give Loop some time to get ready down in the bullpen.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Los Angeles Angels and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. Jim Wolf making his way out to the mound to break up the rock pile. Shouldn't take Loop a long time to get ready.
Warm day like today. No, should be ready pretty quick.
TJ Crone has a couple of singles today. He's also scored a run. First one just off the plate. Francisco, the third baseman, deep and a little bit toward the line. Not guarding it, but closer to the line than the shortstop position as that slider catches the outside corner to even the count.
Yeah, a lot of breaking balls, fastballs away from Richmond. Redmond, he's only given up 2 home runs this entire season coming into this game. 45 in the third innings pitched. Very difficult to hit the big fly against. Redmond stays away, cuts a fastball and throws a slider.
Fastball in there, 1-2. One-two from Redmond. Slider, foul back. He's just trying to protect, punch that ball into right.
There's a lot of room that way if he does make contact and hits it that way. He's still holding on, freeze. Kawasaki's right back up the middle. There's a lot of room on that right side of the infield.
Long hold for Redmond. The 1-2 again. Fastball. Got him looking. 2 down.
Wonder if this pitch gets the outside corner. Again, staying away. Just barely touching that outside part of the plate.
Pitching change here. John Gibbons removing Redmond. Aaron Loop, the lefty, coming on. Will probably get a pinch hitter for Hank Conger. The Angels down by a run. Tag West Fan photo, and it could be shown in an upcoming game broadcast. Oh my, there we are. Vote G Rich tomorrow on Twitter.
Got to vote him in. Tanaka put on the DL. Ihara been added to the roster. Take Tanaka's spot. Get out there and vote for Garrett Richards.
Well, John Farrell taking his own closer. Had a nice season. Here it's Aaron Loop, the lefty. 2 outs, replacing Redmond. And Conger remains in the game. Loop pitched last night a 1-2-3 ninth inning.
90-94 with fastball, slider, change.
Hank swings in the first one and grounds one over to short. Bobbled for second by Reyes, and they easily force out Freeze. And the Angels' 6th inning comes to an end. We'll head to the 7th. Halos down by a run. By a run, the Angels have gone to the bullpen yet again. It'll be their 4th reliever. Jason Grilli taking over. We'll take a look at the American League West standings. 4.5 back in the Oakland A's. Oakland will be across the bay in San Francisco to take on the Giants.
The old 2-2 series.
Yeah.
We'll be doing that later on in the season in August against the Dodgers.
Jason Grilli here in the 7th inning will be facing 9-1-2. Kawasaki, Reyes, and then Francisco. And trying to keep it a 1-run deficit. Takes over for Fernando Salas, who gave up a run in an inning and a third. 2 hits, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk for Salas. Faced 6 batters in the 6th inning. Jason's done a nice job so far as an Angel. This will be his 7th game. 5 innings, 4 hits, 5 strikeouts, 1 walk. Halos down to Jepson, Morn, and Smith in their bullpen. Kawasaki looks at a strike. He's 1 for 3 today. Single with a run scored in the 3rd. Hector Santiago no longer in the bullpen since he's going to get to start tomorrow with Weaver coming out of the game. A couple of days ago, Weaver scheduled to start on Saturday in Texas. Pedroia went 1/3 of an inning, allowed a hit. Thatcher 2/3 of an inning, struck out 1, walked 1. And Salas for an inning and a third. One and 2. Good fastball from Jason. Breaking ball looped out to shallow left. That'll fall in for a hit. So make that 6 of the 7 innings. Toronto's had their leadoff man reach. A little flare single by Kawasaki, his second hit of the game. 12th hit for Toronto. I mean, if you're a left fielder against Kawasaki, you should be playing no more than about 40 feet beyond the infield dirt.
Yeah, he's just trying to make contact with the baseball and serve it that way. Pretty good pitched by Grilli. They have a very difficult hitter up now with Reyes.
2 for 3 himself with a couple of singles and a walk. Fouls off the first pitch. Shows bunt, takes low. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And Grilli fields his position very well. Bouncing off the mound. If there's a bunt, you wait for that signal or verbal signal from your catcher. And if you turn around and throw the ball to second base.
A good off-speed pitch. 1-2. This one's popped up. Eric Ibar with the call. On the dirt, will make the catch. 1 down. Third baseman Juan Francisco now coming up. Second plate appearance for him. He came in as a pinch hitter the 5th inning. Struck out against Salas. Get the Angels out of that frame with no damage. And a 6-6 tie, but unable to get out of the 6th inning unscathed. A 2-out little single by Navarro to left brought home Melky Cabrera. Put Toronto back on top. Seven runs, 12 hits, 1 error, 10 left on for Toronto. 6 runs, 8 hits, 3 errors, 3 left on for the Angels. Halos in the bottom of the 7th have the top of their order coming up in Calhoun, Trout, and Pujols. Nobody warming up for Toronto. 2-0 count now on Francisco. This one's popped up on the third base side, headed toward the seats.
And all speed on the fastball count.
Kawasaki standing at first, leadoff single for him. 2-1 now. 3-1. Melky Cabrera on deck, then Jose Bautista. Got a lot of pitches thrown in this ball game, especially from the Angels side of things. Nothing easy in this ball game, other than that 2nd inning.
It's been an odd game, there's no question. A little bit of everything in this game so far.
Full count. You sending Kawasaki here at first base?
Yeah, I think they're going to send him. Seen it before with Cabrera going. He's trying to get a little bit bigger lead.
Doesn't go, and this one's pulled, and Crone picks it, fires to second base, a wide throw, safe at second. They get the force out. Boy, CJ just likes to get rid of the baseball so quickly. It's the second time today we've seen that. Heck of a play by Ibar to keep the ball in the infield.
And still have the presence of mind to throw the ball back to first base, at least get it out. And for CJ, just slow it down. You have time, because this ball's hit so well. My Francisco's not even out of the batter's box at this point. You can take your time, get yourself in position. We watch Pujols do that. Get away from the path that the runner's going towards second. And you have plenty of time to be able to have an inning double play. Now you have to deal with Kawasaki still in scoring position.
Yeah, just set your feet, get the lead runner out at the very least. That's just another one of those odd plays we've seen all day today. Man in scoring position, Melky Cabrera at the plate. 1 for 3, a single back in the first, walked and scored in the sixth. Jason Grilli just making sure Melky Cabrera's awake.
Not diving out over the plate.
One-0 upstairs. 2 balls, no strikes. Jose Bautista on deck. Top of the order coming up for the Angels in the bottom of the 7th. 3-0. Three and 1. Would not be surprised if the Angels maybe make a move prior to tomorrow night's game 1 against Texas. Bullpen arm. C.J. Wilson lasting just 3 1/3 today. Bullpen having to get used. This on the heels of the use the pen got on Monday because of the injury to Jared Weaver. There's ball 4. So 2 men on, 2 men out. And Jose Bautista coming to the plate. And Mike Butcher's going to pay a visit. Bautista 1 for 3 today. Single back in the first inning. Intentionally walked to third. He's popped out and hit a fly ball to center. More of a line drive to Trout in the 6th inning against Salas. .255 pitches thrown in this ball game. The Angels have thrown 155 through 6 2/3. And still just trail it by a run. First one, swing and a miss. Boy, he had his mind made up. He was hacking. Got a breaking pitch. And it's 0-1. Nice block by Hank, too.
And Bautista was guessing, going along with the first pitch fastball. So often you see when the pitching coach comes out to the mound that first pitch, when you're talking about throwing strikes, it's always going to be a fastball. He was anticipating that, committed to his swing, swings at a slider into the dirt.
Single that Bautista had back in the first was off the end of the bat and flared to shallow right. But the overshift, Howie nowhere inside. It was up to Cole to get to it, and he just couldn't get to it. 0-1 now. Looked like he went around on that one. He did. Brian Gorman rings it up. 0-2. 2 straight breaking balls.
Now, if you're Cole Calhoun, you have to anticipate Jason Grilli potentially throwing another slider, so you have to be prepared to come in a little bit just in case to take away potential flare in case he hangs that slider away.
Cole likes to play a deeper right field than normal, or than is the standard, if you will. Went upstairs, the fastball. And Bautista never even thought about offering it that. One-two. Breaking pitch, chopped foul.
See, the reason why that fastball up, it's not as effective as you'd want, because right away you could tell by the swing by Bautista, he's tracking a breaking ball. He knows that's a setup pitch. You can try a fastball down off the outside corner, but an elevated fastball tells you as a hitter that next pitch is going to be a breaking ball.
Kawasaki, the base runner at second. Melky Cabrera at first. One-two. Upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This one fouled back above us. Going back to the fastball.
25 pitches thrown by Grilli in this inning.
Nothing, like I said, nothing's been easy for the Angels' arms today.
Way to throw your very best slider and see if you can get through this inning with a swing and miss.
In the dirt. A full count now. That means the base runners will take off with the next pitch. Three-two. Breaking ball. Got him swinging. Down goes Bautista, and Grilli works out of it. 7th inning stretch time. The Angels down 7-6.
Angels 7-6 here in the bottom of the 7th. Cole Calhoun leading off for the Halos. His last at bat. Check out our pitch by pitch. Slider from Stroman down. Fastball off the outside corner. And Calhoun centered in on a fastball. Got it. Drives it out to right field. A 2-run home run. His 10th of the season, tying the game up at that point at 6.
Top of the order for the Halos. Down by a run. Cole 1 for 3 with that home run. Aaron Loop delivers the first one down and away. Loop came in and threw one pitch to Hank Conger and got him to hit into a fielder's choice to get out of the 6th. Upstairs, 2 balls, no strikes. Nice job by Jason Grilli. Got into some trouble, but able to get the big strikeout.
Like that fist pump to finish off the inning. High energy guy.
2-0 now. That is in there. 2 balls, 1 strike. Cole takes away. 3-1. Inside leadoff walk. Tying run on board for Mike Trout.
Certainly the guy you want to have come up. Been so clutch in his young career.
Trout 1 for 3, a single in the 3rd. First one down and in.
Loop has pitched 43 innings this season, has not allowed a home run this entire year.
1-0 pitch. Downstairs, 2 balls, no strikes.
Boy, difficult to get a read against if you're a base runner. Calhoun trying to get a read. Walker, pitching coach, going to come out and talk to him at this point.
Toronto getting some action going in their bullpen now. Dustin McGowan, the right-hander, pitched last night, getting ready. Leadoff walk to Cole Calhoun. Now 2 balls, no strikes on Mike Trout. To 1. Evens up the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Good location on that pitch.
Boy, he hides the baseball so well. Very deceptive delivery.
Pitching 64 games last year for Toronto, went 4-6 with a 2.47 ERA. Tulane University product, 9th round pick by Toronto in 09. Pujols on deck. Now Trout asking for time. Two now. Little chopper to 3rd. Francisco's got it. Fires a second for 1. Relay back to 1st. Not in time. Trout reaching on the fielder's choice.
quick turn by Francisco to Kawasaki to throw over the first base. Like the foot was on the base.
Toronto's out of challenges. So after the 7th inning, it's a crew chief challenge here, if they oblige. And I guess I think they're going to ask at second base. Maybe I don't know why the second base umpire's coming in. Tony Randazzo.
See if Trout's foot, and that foot's on the base before the ball is in the glove. You see the foot hitting the base and then the baseball going in the glove of Bautista.
The Trout reaching on the fielder's choice. Call confirmed at first base. And Albert will bat here. 1 for 3. Single with a run scored in the 3rd. First one in for a strike. Albert popped out his last time up to shallow center. Lays off. Evens up the count. McGowan ready to go on the pen for Toronto. Redmond went 2 innings, had 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, no runs allowed in his relief effort. As you pointed out, tough to run on. With Loop on the mound, they'll check in on him again.
Yeah, he has 1 pickoff this season, but if you guess right, his times at plate fairly slow. He's given up 4 stolen bases in 5 attempts. It's very difficult to get a read against him.
Albert fouls this one back. It's 1-2 now. Hamilton on deck. Leadoff walk to Colton, and Trout ground ball to third base as they forced out Calhoun at second. This one's driven out to center field, hit well. Rasmus giving chase. He's at the wall, leaps up, gone! Big fly for Albert Pujols off the top of the fence, and the Angels take an 8-7 lead.
What a swing. First home run Loop has allowed this entire season. Pujols going to dead center field twice in this homestand. As Rasmus leaps, tries to time it right, just off the top of the wall and out of here. 2 home runs in this homestand in the 7th inning to give the Halos the lead. Albert Pujols, 512 home runs, now tied with Eddie Matthews and Ernie Banks.
Hamilton looks at a strike, and it's 0-2. 20th of the year for Albert. Now is 60 runs batted in. Breaking ball, got him looking. Hamilton goes down for the 3rd time. 2 outs. Eric Ibar spins around to hit from the right side now. 98th home run hit by the Angels this year. Ibar tries to bunt his way on, and it's a beauty. Luke picks it up, fires to first, not in time. An infield base hit for Eric.
Keeping the pressure on, trying to add on. John Gibbons going to go out and make a move to the bullpen now.
So Luke is going to be done here after going 1 inning and giving up the big blast to Albert Pujols. 2-run shot by Pujols, 20th of the year. Takes a 1-run deficit and gives the Angels a 1-run lead.
Boy, great weight shift and drives the ball out to center field.
Aaron Luke pitching in his 43rd game this year, allowing the first home run of the season. It's a big one. Albert Pujols, call it a wall scraper, but it's a blast in the box score.
And Rasmus plays a pretty deep center field, but didn't time the leap quite the way he wanted to. He's going a long way and had to reach back. He's a left-handed fielding center fielder and unable to make the play off the wall and into the bushes behind center field. Big 2-run home run by Pujols. And I like what Eric Ibar did there as a bunt. You bring a right-hander in. Now you could steal a base or potentially go hit and run with Howie with a right-handed pitcher on the mound and McGowan.
McGowan pitching in the second consecutive game, 29th game of the year. 4-3 record, a 3.90 ERA. Last night, 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 strikeout for the right-hander. Good fastball and velocity. First one to Howie, lifted to the shallow right. Nolan Reimel, the long run in, and the right fielder is there to put it away. And the Angels are done here the 7th, but Pujols' one swing of the bat put the Angels on top to head to the 8th, 8-7 Halos. third baseman John McDonald taking over for David Freese. And a new pitcher. Mike Scioscia's gone to the bullpen. Fifth reliever of the afternoon. It's Kevin Jepson taking over. He'll be facing Reimold, Kratz, and Navarro, barring any pinch hitters.
When Jepson's been very, very effective in a key role for Mike Scioscia. This will be his 43rd game. 2.25 ERA for Jepson.
Kevin pitched Monday night, went 1 inning. Gave up a hit and had 1 strikeout.
He had 45 strikeouts in 36 innings pitched, but what a swing by Albert. He is getting hot, driving the ball extremely well.
Nolan Reimold today, 2 for 3. Double, a single, 3 runs batted in. Good numbers in his career against Kevin Jepson. First one just off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jason Grilli went 1 inning. 1 hit, 1 strikeout, 1 walk. This one's popped up on the infield. Broke his bat. Howie Kendrick calls for it. 1 down. Stayed away from him, too. I'll bring up Eric Kratz after the last out. Stick around for Angels Live postgame presented by your SoCal Mazda dealers. Full house.
Hopefully talking about a big come from behind victory.
Patrick O'Neill, Tim Salmon, Jose Mota, and Alex Curry.
And I like what Jepson did. You mentioned off the end of the bat, breaking the bat. Utilize the big part of the field. That's what you're trying to do at this point of the game as a reliever. Make him hit it the other way.
Eric Kratz, the catcher, 0 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There have been a boatload of base runners combined in this ballgame. A little bit more so skewed toward the Blue Jays than the Angels. The Angels getting the big swing by Albert.
Albert now 25 RBI in his last 24 games.
2 balls, 2 strikes. 512th career home run, and now just 4 runs batted in behind Trout, team leader in RBIs.
Tied him in home runs now, too. Pretty good duo. 20 home runs at number 2 and number 3 slot in your lineup.
Two and 1. I know we talked about this a couple of days ago, but on the homestand, you know, it's been a complete team effort. I mean, as a matter of fact, you go back and look through Trout's lines throughout this 7-game homestand. 2 runs batted in. Other guys picking up the slack. Now back 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And that's what a team effort. When you have a chance to do something special, you need all 9 guys swinging the bats well. Howie's been fantastic in this homestand. Cole Calhoun, boy, has he been hot leading off games. 10 leadoff home runs this season. And the general in the defense, also with the bat, should be an all-star. Still may end up being an all-star, Eric Ibar.
David Freese has 6 runs batted in on the homestand. Eric Kratz fouls one back just above us.
Now that one, we're out of the way of that one.
Nah, that would have been fine. The problem with us, man, we got this post here in front of us, right above us. That's the danger zone.
Yeah.
If it's not right at us, you kind of have to get out of the way because you don't know where the ricochet is going to go.
Yeah.
Two. Breaking ball, down and away, full count. After Navarro, Deanna Navarro in the on-deck circle. We've just traded Efren. 3-2. Kratz lines with Chopper. One hopper. Diving. Stop by Eyeball. Got him. 2 down.
General the defense once again. Outstanding play. Backhand in the outfield grass for Eric Ibar.
Squared up by Kratz, too.
Yeah, you can't hit a baseball any harder on the ground. One hopper by him, catches it, gets up quickly, and throws him out of first base. Well, even getting back to that home run by Pujols, if Mike Trout doesn't beat that one out down the line, a lot of times a guy at the plate will hit a ground ball, upset with their swing, and end up being a double play. By beating that out, it allows Albert's home run to be a 2-run home run instead of a tying home run. It gives him the lead.
Here's Deanna Navarro. 3-hit game, 2 singles and a doubles. He looks at a strike. Also picked up an RBI. That was in the 6th inning. That at that point it put Toronto on top 7-6. Oh, what? Popped him up. John McDonald. Into foul territory. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Angels 8-7 lead. Third of the order coming up. McDonald, Crone, and Conger, but Angels down 7-6 in the 7th, and Albert came to the play with a man on.
And he's facing a guy that had not allowed a home run the entire season. As Rasmus tried to time the leap just over the glove, the top of the wall, and out of here for a 2-run home run for Pujols. Twice in this homestand, big 2-run home runs to give the Halos the lead late in games for Pujols.
McGowan still on the mound. John McDonald's first plate appearance. Took over defensively in the top of the inning. And the first one, an overthrown fastball for ball 1. Johnny Mack hitting .208. 49th game for him. 1 double, 4 runs batted in. Two balls, no strikes. Joe Smith getting ready for the Angels. Toronto in the 9th inning will have 8, 9, and 1 due up. Rasmus, Kawasaki, and Reyes. (3-0). Jason Grilli, pitcher of record for the Angels. It's a scoreless 7th. Got out of some trouble. 3-2 strikeout of Jose Bautista with a couple of men on and on the move. 3-0. There's a strike, 3-1. Three-one now. Full count.
He impatient, trying to get on base. McGowan right after him with a 3-1 fastball at 95.
Just got a piece of it, keeps his at-bat alive. Crone on deck. Popped up on the first base side, headed toward the dugout area, now to play. This one's popped up, playable on the infield. Juan Francisco and Eric Kratz, the catcher, making the call on the catch. One down.
Well, this could be fun here. A power pitcher in McGowan. Mid-90s fastball. CJ Cron likes the fastball.
Cron 2 for 3 today. Couple of singles, a strikeout and a run scored. An off-speed pitch. One ball, one strike. Joe Smith getting the occasional pitch in and out of the bullpen, ready to go. One and two now. Brett Cecil getting ready for Toronto. I would imagine that would be for Cole Calhoun if the Angels get to that point. Or maybe even to spin Conger around to hit from the right side. Now the 1-2. Breaky pitch. Looped foul. This one behind the dugout. Count remains at a ball and 2 strikes. 35,726 this afternoon. Many in the shade it have been all afternoon. Not a cloud in the sky. Although some out in the distance there. Now back. There's that 96-mile-per-hour fastball you were talking about.
Yeah, fouled it straight back. Well, McGowan has really taken to that role that John Gibbons has given him out of the bullpen. Consistent power fastball now. And able to duplicate it in back-to-back games.
Two balls, 2 strikes. 7 runs, 12 hits, 1 error, 12 men left on base for the Blue Jays. Angels with 8 runs, 10 hits, 3 errors, and 4 left on. And he got him with a fastball, 2 down.
We challenged him right after. Great location at 96.
So McGowan's retired all 3 batters he's faced at the last out of the 7th, and now the first 2 here in the 8th.
Hank will bat 0 for 3 today. Strikeout, a ground out fielder choice. Oakland will play later on tonight at San Francisco. 2 games in San Fran after taking the first 2 of the Cambridge series. Oakland's won 6 consecutive games, so the top of the division. Best record in baseball, 57-33. The Angels looking for their 53rd win. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Cole with a big home run on deck, looking for somehow Conger to get on, expand the lead.
Two. Downstairs, a full count. Well, Cecil's ready to go in the bullpen for Toronto. Wouldn't surprise me to see John Gibbons go to the bullpen. McGowan, a third reliever, used after Marcus Stroman, the starter. 3-2, rolled foul. Both starters knocked out in the 4th. Stroman, 8 hits, including a home run, 6 runs, 5 earned, 4 strikeouts, and 3 2/3. C.J. Wilson, 6 runs, 3 earned, 8 hits, 1 strikeout, 3 walks, and 3 1/3. 3-2 again. That is inside. They wanted appeal, did not go. That's pretty close.
That was real close.
Yeah. Here comes John Gibbons. He thinks that that Hank went around, because it did look like the bat came across the plate after it got out of the way of it. That's a ring up.
Yeah, at that point, it is. They can easily ring you up, even though the commitment not necessarily there for the swing. It crossed the plate.
Pitching change with 2 outs here in the 8th. Angels up by a run. Brett Cecil comes into the ballgame with 2 outs here in the 8th inning and a man on at first base. Cecil pitching in his 35th game, 0-3, a 3.58 ERA, has 3 saves under his belt. And trying to get Cole Calhoun for the 3rd out for Toronto.
Cecil fastball is 89-94, cut fastball, curveball, changeup.
Cole today 1 for 3, a 2-run home run back in the fourth, his 10th home run of the year. Now with 24 runs batted in. Faced Aaron Loop, the lefty, in the 7th inning and had himself a leadoff walk. Breaking ball in for a strike.
Cole back in the 4th inning. Got ahead of the count, patient. 2-0 fastball and delivers a 2-run home run, his 10th.
Last batter that Marcus Stroman faced today. One ball, one strike. One now. Cole takes inside. This one hit to right. Rival comes in. And he will make the catch for the 3rd out. We head to the 9th here at the Big A. The Angels will turn the ball over to Joe Smith with an 8-7 lead.
Here in the top of the 9th, let's take a look at our Fox Vision. Take a look at that great swing from Albert Pujols. Mike Trout at first, trying to get a read against Luke. He's going back with that deception, but Albert Pujols, using that lower part of his body, drives the ball at the center field and over the head of Rasmus and off the wall and into the bushes for a 2-run home run. Almost made a great play, but just over the glove. Big time home run by Albert Pujols.
Joe Smith comes into the ball game to try to close it out for the Angels. Smith pitching in his 41st game. 3-0 record, a 2.56 ERA, has 11 saves. 38 2/3 innings, 29 hits, 41 strikeouts, and 9 walks. He's scheduled to face 8, 9, and 1. Rasmus, Kawasaki, and then Reyes. Kevin Jeffson had himself a 1-2-3/8. 2 fly ball outs and a ground out. Rasmus with a walk and a fly ball to center. Takes a strike. Oh for 4 in his career with a couple of strikeouts against Joe Smith. Fouls this one back. That pitch up a little bit. 0-2.
And Joe generally wants to throw that pitch, starts on the outside corner, runs down and away. That stayed elevated.
Here's the 0-2. Slider got him. Down goes Rasmus, one down.
Great location from Joe on this slider. Out in front.
Munenori Kawasaki at the plate. Two for 4 afternoon for Kawasaki, the second baseman, who's now with Mrs. Lowe. That's in there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Oh, nice pitch on the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
If you're throwing enough strikes, you get those borderline pitches. Joe has got a couple in this inning so far.
Called strike 3. Got him on the outside corner, 2 down.
It's an absolutely unhittable pitch. And because you've hit your spots since you've come into the game, you're going to get those borderline ones. Backdoor slider. Just barely off that corner, but it's an unhittable pitch. As a hitter, you freeze. You can't even commit to that one. It gets the call.
1 out away from taking the series and picking up their 53rd victory of the year before heading out on the road to take on Texas over the weekend. Jose Reyes at the plate. 2 for 4 as he looks at strike 1. Halos looking for their 27th come from behind victory. 0-1. Down and away. A couple of singles, a walk, a strikeout, a pop-up for Reyes. A 2 for 4 game. On the heels of the 4-hit game he had last night. 3 singles and a 2-run home run. One swing and a foul back.
Good action on that sinker.
Trying to finish off the homestand with a 6-1 mark and start a new home winning streak. Here's the 1-2. Just got a piece of it. Out in front of that breaking ball.
And he tried backdoor on the slider once again.
This one's taken a while. There've been a boatload of base runners, pitchers thrown today. The all worth it if Joe Smith can close it out here.
And we'll talk about that big 2-run home run by Pujols.
Another 1-2. Breaking ball just missed off the plate. Counting it up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch. This one out toward right center field. Trout is there. Curls around. Light that baby up as the Angels take the finale of the 3-game set. This afternoon, 8-7 the final.
What an impressive victory. 2-run home run, tying it up at 6 by Cole Calhoun, but the big 2-run home run to give the Halos the lead by Albert Pujols, who continues to come through in the clutch. Last 24 games, 25 RBIs. The Angels have won their 9th straight home series, which ties a franchise record. What a job by Mike Soja patching together the bullpen. 5 1/3 innings pitched out of the bullpen today with 1 earned run allowed. Solid job, solid defense late in the game for the Halos. Able to pull this one off against Toronto to win this series. What a game, what a comeback.
Jason Grilli picks up his first win of the year, and of course it's his first as an Angel. As he pitches scoreless 7th inning, Joe Smith notches his 12th save of the year. Luke takes the loss. He's the one that gave up that 2-run home run to Albert Pujols in the 7th inning. It was, like you said, patchwork today. When you talked about the bullpen, 6 relievers used on the heels of C.J. Wilson's 3 1/3 this afternoon. The Angels pick up their 27th come from behind victory. 8-7 the final. Cole Calhoun had a big blast himself. He is down on the field with Alex Curry. Alex?
Thank you, Victor. Cole, this team's 27th come from behind victory, probably one of the more interesting ones today. But what allowed this team to come back the way you did?
We just stayed in it. We had the bullpen come in after CJ, and, you know, they shut him down and gave us a chance. And the offense has been going good, clicking on all cylinders, so it gave us a shot to get out there and get the W.
Now, Stroman had your number the first 2 at-bats, but you came back in and had a huge home run to tie the game in the 4th. What did you change about your approach?
I just got a good pitch to hit. He was hitting his spots on me all day, and then I got one that I could put a good swing on, and fortunately got it out of here.
Now, this team has had a great home presence. What needs to happen to see these results on the road?
We just need to keep doing what we're doing. We're getting good starting pitching, good bullpen, swinging the bat well. As we keep doing that, we'll be all right.
Well, congratulations on the great win. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Well, there you have it. Angels end this homestand on a big come-from-behind win. But don't go anywhere, because Patrick O'Neill, Tim Salmon, and Jose Mota will break it all down next on Angels Live, presented by your SoCal Mazda dealer.